trust myself. I don't ever need no help. Did it by myself, I don't need no help. Tryna stack money like books on the shelf.
Hundreds in the bag, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hustling in the summer on the sand. Way she's working for it, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hustling in the summer on the sand.
Did it by myself like a selfie. Nobody try to help me. Came to the club with an island girl. I'ma take it to the crib and let me buy you pearls.
Did it by myself, no one helped me, yeah. Now these bitches want a selfie. I like big gold chains, I like big gold rings. Let me take it to the crib and let me buy you things.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time will tell.
She likes to ride in the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Did it by myself like a selfie, yeah. Nobody try to help me, yeah.
She likes the ice and the ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell. Big dog status, two-tone paddock. Stacks in the crib, I got a two-floor attic.
Got a two-floor attic, got your girl in the attic. But I'ma bring her right back, dude, don't panic, I'm savage. And nigga, if it's beef, we can manage.
I know a couple guys who walk around with automatics. I got big dog status, I ain't playing, I ain't average. I'ma leave you hitting static, I'ma leave you hitting static.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time we tell.
She likes the ice and the ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Fell in love with an island girl. Yeah. I told her only time we tell.
She likes the ride and the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Take note.
Tino, babe.
Yo, Tino, he'll get his dome pop. Satin blue on his whip, but he ain't no cop. Don't stop, spray up his motor till it smokes up. Cause what I bought for insurance, I have it wrote off, you joker. Suck on your mum and take note, cause the four ring up in his grill. That grandma stove top, don't flop. Fuck up the game like this was Roblox. Oh gunner, running this field, I'm for your walk up. Drum roll, load up a cannon and give her more shots. I put your face on a beam, now you're Zordon. Treat you like an old sketchbook, you'll get drawn on. I lead your girl from the back, I'm that raw blood. Wait, who the fuck feels they could do me something? I'll roll up in your ends with a toolie busting. 32 ugly as shit, like Miss Rooney's husband. Somebody cut me a deal, I'm just too disgusting. Niggas think they next in line, but they ain't doing nothing. Mask on, metal in hand, Freddy Krueger's coming. Tools all up in your home, I'm here to fix the plumbing. House blown, toaster run, leak gas from your oven. Dior on your girlfriend's face, and she best get to sucking. Head game resemble my dad, cause it was good for nothing. Yeah, I'm still vegan, but I'm down for beef. Niggas think they slick with a dialect, but talk is cheap. Watch your mouth, little nigga, because I roll with heat. Top said there's no returns, and I see no receipt. I put your boy in the back, like he was groceries. Riding round with the burner boy, in case I find a leak. Extendo, licking off shots until it overheats. No mask, did it barefaced, just so they know it's me. Eyes closed, chest wide open, heart surgery. Usher said just let it burn, let's make it third degree. Niggas think everything's jokes until you shoot his queen. Shot was funny as shit, it barely missed the bean. Wax on, then wax off to leave the burner clean. Then open up the Uber app to flee the murder scene. Waving a stick will make them levitate. I raise a toast in the air, let's celebrate. See a couple holding a blade, like it's wedding day. And you can leave with a slash, just like wedding cake. Bitches on snap in their snacks. Oh no you ain't, know your place. Worked up flawless, you look like bellyache. Beat my dick all off in the face, and let it detonate. All facts, just ask your mum, she'll demonstrate. Damn right babes, I'm a jerk, just let it marinate. I gave it a beat like I was Penfold. And some retarded head, my tongue's mental. Babes, if you die then you die, cause you was meant to. Nigga, all I do is draw, I'm a pencil. Run up on you niggas like the rent's due. Dude, screwed, if I see food, you're on the menu. Your homies have to find the Dragon Balls to resurrect you. Fuck it, you niggas can all hate. I'm better than all of you niggas I don't rate. If your girl's fit, 4 plus 4, she'll get 8. I'm a chiropractor back, just setting them all straight. Scorps, take note.
Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, where we discuss all things Manchester United. And there is a lot to discuss. And you know, there's a lot to discuss when a 4-4 draw at Old Trafford to Bournemouth is probably last on the list, or not first on the list, I should say. Let me find my cap because my hair looking crazy still. Let me do that. Let me start that. So yeah, like I was saying, I didn't do the watch along or match reaction yesterday. I apologize, people. I took a nap after the ManDem United yesterday. Woke up, it was like half an hour through the game, and I was like, I really don't want to watch these lot. And thankfully, I didn't. I did eventually watch the game, the full game back afterwards last night. But Manchester United 4, Bournemouth 4, I'll give my thoughts on that. And as you can see from the title, Bruno Fernandes has stated a lot. He spoke a lot in that interview. It came from international break, but it's only just dropped now. The biggest takeaway I took from it was Bruno Fernandes stating that Manchester United did not have the courage to sell him, even though he was considering leaving and the club were considering selling him. But for whatever reason, Ruben Amorim wanted to keep him. You also got Kobbie Mainoo's brother as well with the free Kobbie Mainoo t-shirt in the, I don't know if he was in the Stretford end, but he was in the Manchester United crowd as well. Big up to Sido. Big up to Sai, who's dropped all the links on all the comments in the chat, actually. So many comments, not just on Bruno, also talks about how Ruben Amorim's plans to change the system got leaked, and there's Fabrizio Romano news and all that type of stuff. So yes, keep all your comments, all your questions Manchester United related, please, people. All Manchester United related, please. Big up everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after, please make sure you hit the like button on the video. So important you do that. When you enter the city of sarcasm, pay the tax, people. Pay the tax. So I need you lot to hit the like button on the video. Need you lot to share this out across all of the socials as well. You can see it on the screen. And yes, it's flawless. At Sarcasm City TV. That's at Sarcasm City TV. Yes, it's flawless, Twitter/X and Instagram. And just as important, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well. Make sure you do both of those things, people, because it all helps the channel. It really, really does. All right, let's get to, so like I said, big up Cy in the cut, big up E. Monterio in the building as well, big up Free Minded as well. And what's this? Big up Flawless. You lot in the chat, pray for me too. There was a school shooting on Saturday in my city that 2 were killed and 9 critically injured. A Brown University shooter had yet to be found still. Jesus. Yeah, man, indefinitely. Thoughts and prayers go out to all those injured, anybody who was killed and their families and loved ones, man. The world is such a rotten place. The world is such a rotten place. And hopefully he's found and thrown in jail, thrown under the jail. That's what you're hoping for with those type of things. Jesus. But big up to you, E. Monterio. Hope you're good. Sai says, Flawless, the one day you didn't do a watch along, see it created a mess for real. I would have been livid, though. So I'm kind of glad I didn't. Kind of glad I didn't do a watch along, because I would have been livid. And don't worry, I'm going to get to the Manchester United 4, Bournemouth 4. Because like I said, I did watch the game back. So that's how much I fucks with you lot. Even after seeing the result, and I was like, I know there's going to be some fuckeries on here, I still watched the entire game. Not highlights, not extended highlights from the first whistle to the last as well. But let's get to this Bruno guy anyway and what he's been saying. Bruno Fernandes. I want to stay at Manchester United as long as I feel desired. I would like to experience the Spanish league and fight for big titles in Italy. I have many connections to Italy. My daughter was born there. I've already thought about returning to Portugal. The first option would be Sporting. To be happy like it was Sporting, but I don't want to ruin the image that was left. But I don't want to drag myself there. I want to add to it and even try, what did he say? District football at an advanced stage. You play in the district for love. You feel different. I have friends in the district. That's from at Nave. So he goes on to say, until you win trophies, you're not valued as much, regardless of the club and the league you're in. I was valued, and what values me most has to be my club. Although lately, I feel like I'm on thin ice in England. When a player starts approaching 30, they start thinking they need a makeover. It's like furniture. I didn't see these. I did not see these. Bruno Fernandes asked if he's the most annoying player in the Premier League. My image on the pitch makes me seem like somebody who's always complaining. But Bernardo Silva is more annoying than me. He's politically correct and I'm not. My problem is talking with my arms. Oh, jeez. All right, let me start. Yo, there's so much to say. I just go comment by comment, like that's of a similar topic, and then give my thoughts on it, and then go on to the next one. Any questions you like have, feel free to get in. Big up my bro Jez as well, man. Big up my bro Jez in the cut as well. So yeah, I'm gonna get to it. Don't worry, you lot. I'm sure you lot have plenty to say on this as well. I can't lie, bro. There's two sides to it. Ineos bottling it, and Bruno Benaliah sounds like he's gone next summer. Hey, I hear it, but this, like I said, I didn't know this part. So shout out to Sai because I didn't know this. So here's the first part of it. I want to stay at Manchester United as long as I feel desired. I would like to experience the Spanish league and fight for big titles in Italy. I have connections to Italy. My daughter was born there. I've already thought about returning to Portugal. The first option would be Sporting to be happy. Like it was Sporting, but I don't want to ruin the image that was left. But I don't want to drag myself there. I want to add to it and even try district football at an advanced stage. You play in the district for love. You feel different. I have friends in the district. That's from at Nafe Salt 1 on Twitter. Here's what I'd say to this. Hey, feel free to leave, man. Feel free to leave. He says, I want to stay at Manchester United as long as I feel desired. But the club were open to selling you. So how do you feel desired? I don't believe this. I don't believe this. And me and Rance was having a conversation on the Bruno, everything Bruno said. And I've said this about Bruno. It's not about being desired and loved by the club. I think Bruno is in love with being the face of Manchester United. He loves being the face of Manchester United. He loves being captain fantastic. He loves the fans singing his name. He loves everything that comes along with Manchester, being a Manchester United player, number one, and being a Manchester United captain, number two, and being the face, number three, on the whole. Where would Manchester United be without Bruno? I think he's in love with that. Because why would you stay? Why would you stay? If you want to fight for titles and be at the top, you haven't done that your entire Manchester United career. You haven't competed legitimately for a league title ever in your Manchester United career. Never competed for a league title. Never been in a Champions League final. Never been in a Champions League semi-final. You might have been in one Champions League quarter-final, maybe one or two Champions League quarter-finals. And the club have never, knockout ties, like round of 32. So why would you stay? And in regards to the Spanish league and Italy, maybe an Italian team would buy him. Spanish team, where? Real Madrid or Barcelona are the two teams in La Liga. He's not starting for any of those two. Let's just get it. Let's just get real. He's not starting week in, week out for Real Madrid or Barcelona in any way, shape, or form. There's never been no legitimate links to those two clubs. Italy, maybe, because that's a league where players have left here and seem to just be able to go on year after year after year after year. So, hey, feel free to go. Talks about his daughter being born there in Italy and things of that nature. I'll go to Sporting. Feel free. Feel free. But yeah, the main thing I take from this is about as long as I feel desired. Well, the club tried to sell you. Or we're considering selling you, I should say. So that's a lie. He says, until you win trophies, you're not valued as much, regardless of the club and the league you're in. I was valued, and what values me most has to be my club. Although lately I feel like I'm on thin ice. In England, when a player starts approaching 30, they start thinking they need a makeover. It's like the furniture. With this, yes, until you win trophies, you're not valued as much because you're at Manchester United Football Club. And all of our legends won trophies. Every single one of our legends win trophies. It's like when a superstar to NBA, it's like when a superstar goes to the LA Lakers, they win a chip. Someone can correct me in the chat, a Jez, aside another NBA head, someone who's more knowledgeable than me on NBA. But to my knowledge, every star that's gone to the Lakers has won at least one ring there. So like LeBron went there and won a ring. Shaq won a ring. Kobe won a ring. And before them as well. Obviously, Lucas just got there. But to my knowledge, they all have won rings. So what are we talking about here? What is this? What are you yapping about? Oh yeah, I've started all these, so I can actually scroll down. See what you lot are saying in the chat. Like, this is ridiculous. And to please get it right. Barcelona bought Rashford. Barcelona did not buy Rashford. Barcelona have loaned Rashford. There's a distinct difference. They didn't buy Rashford, loaned Rashford. And the thing is, Rashford makes more sense playing there than Bruno. I said this, Rashford will do well in La Liga. Does he start when everybody's fit and healthy and playing at their best? No. But can he be useful? Yes. 110%. It'd be yet to be seen whether they buy him, but Barcelona haven't bought Rashford. Loaned. Let's get that correct with an option to buy. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah. Everyone who's gone there has won a ring in any star that's gone to the LA Lakers. Right. So let's see, where was we at? All right, carry on. Where are we at? Where was I at? Because I started them, so I was scrolling down. So yeah, this is it. About, yeah, until you win trophies, you're not valued. Well, facts. Because this is Manchester United Football Club, and all my legends at this club just in my lifetime, have won trophies. There's no star here. There's no one I put in my top 5 or in my top 10 or my all-time 11 who haven't won a Premier League or a Champions League. Well, they both won. Anyway, all of them are won Prem. So Prem and at least the champs. Sorry, no. Premier League or champ. One of the 2 major trophies. You lot get what I'm trying to say. All of my legends have won the Premier League and the Champions League or just the Premier League. I don't know why that was so difficult to say, but I got there in the end, people. Bear with me, I got there in the end. So yeah, you know, he knows this. This is real. This is real. He is on thin ice. He is. When a player does start approaching 30, they start thinking they need a makeover like his fitness. Facts. That is 110% facts. Yes, this I agree with him. Yes, you are on thin ice. Bruno Fernandes asked if he's the most annoying player in the Premier League. My image on the pitch makes me seem like someone who's always complaining, but Bernardo Silva is more annoying than me. He's politically correct and I'm not. My problem is talking with my arms. No, the problem is 2 things. One, you don't take accountability. We don't see enough of accountability on the pitch when you make a mistake, number 1. And even your words in interviews, number 2. And secondly, you don't perform well enough. Back to winning the trophies. Because we had many players who complained and argued before you. Roy Keane was like that. Roy Keane was constantly on his teammates' backs. He was on his teammates' backs. He was on the opposition's backs. He was on the referee. He was on everybody's case. He'd go at the fans, not so much the away fans, the home fans. Everyone knows about the prawn sandwich brigade comment. He was on, but you know what Roy Keane did? Number 1, took accountability. I never forget, after 99, we lost to Bayern Munich 2 years later. So United won the treble in 99, 2000 and beat Bayern Munich. 2001, we lost to them in the quarterfinals. I believe it was 2001. Keane did an interview straight after the game and said, Bayern Munich have moved on from then. We haven't. Maybe it's the end of the road for this team, including myself. And he was right. Because if I remember correctly, I think, did we win the league that year? And then I think we won it the next year. Then it was Arsenal. And then the 2 from Chelsea. I believe so. I'll have to double check that. But the point I'm making is not only did Keane hold himself accountable, he also was super talented, put in quality performances and helped the team win major trophy after major trophy after major trophy. The reason why people talk about you complaining is because you don't deliver on the pitch. Most fans will put up with most things on the pitch if you are delivering, and you are not. You are not. Simple as that. What's he saying there? The president of Al Hilal spoke to me. He called me directly. Never sent me a message saying he wanted to talk to me. They wanted me to play in the Club World Cup with Al Hilal. It was a love that started back in the Jorge Jesus days. He had already called me in 2023. Bruno on the potential move to Al Hilal. I can't complain. I'm very well paid, but obviously the difference is huge. That was never what guided me. If one day I have to play in Saudi Arabia, I'll play in Saudi Arabia. My lifestyle will change. My children's lives will be sunny. After 6 years in Manchester with cold and rain, I'll be playing in a growing league with recognized players. I could have left like many people do and said, I want to leave. I don't want to train. I just want to leave for 20 to 30 million euros. So they pay me more on the other side. But I never did that. I never felt in a position to do that because I felt the empathy and affection I had for the club were the same. The club wanted me to go in the summer. I have that in my head. I told the directors this, but I didn't think they had the courage to make that decision. I decided to stay. Wait, let's carry on. I decided to stay. Also because of family reasons, but because I genuinely like the club. The conversation with the manager also made me stay. But from the club side, I felt a bit like if you leave, it's not so bad for us. It hurts me a lot. More than hurting. It makes me sad because I'm a player they have nothing to criticize about. I'm always available. I always play good or bad. I give my all. Then you see, Then you see things around you, players who don't value the club as much and don't defend the club as much. That makes you sad. All right, let me stop there because he's saying a lot. Big up Tyrell Gunner, big up Vodge as well. And let me just scroll. I have to just go back. There's a lot to unpack, people. Jesus, a lot to unpack. All right. Where do we go? Because some of this I agree with, some of this I think is nonsense. I'm not going to lie. So where is it? About the president of Al Hilal speaking to me, called him directly. So if you love the club that much and didn't want to leave, you shut this down instantly. You shut this down immediately if there's zero interest. That's like you being in a relationship. You're happy with your woman. Girl DMs you, hits you up. You're walking down the roadside and she hits you up. If you are happy in your relationship and don't want nothing to do with anybody else, you shut that down instantly. As soon as you open the door to that conversation, you're interested. So that's where this love of the club why this love of the club thing I think is nonsense. And also he said in an earlier quote about how if he's not desired at the club, he wouldn't want to be here, but the club are open to selling you, as he said himself, which leads me to believe, like I said, he's in love with being at Manchester United for personal reasons. It's nothing to do with his love for the football club. It's nothing to do with him wanting to be the best, wanting to win major trophies, because Manchester United don't do that and have never done that whilst you've been here. It's about his profile and him being the face and him being the captain and him being the savior and the crowd loving you. That's what he's in love with. That's what it is. He's in love with that. Let's see what else he's saying. Potential move. I can't complain. He mentioned the money side of things. You considered it. Because he's here talking about my lifestyle will change. My children's lives will be sunny. So you thought about this. Manchester is very cold. He said, I look like I could have left like many people do and said, I want to leave. I don't want to train. And you could have left. Trust me. I would have had no issue with it. Let me just clarify this. I would have had no issue with Bruno Fernandes had he wanted to leave. I wouldn't have even said he was wrong. I would not have said he was wrong. I could have left like people do and said, I want to. That's fine. That is absolutely fine, Bruno. Man, like he wants a badge of honor or a medal for not doing what other players have done and left for more money. Talking about because I felt the empathy and affection I had for the club were the same. And then you go on to say the club wanted me to go in the summer. I have that in my head. I told the directors this, but they didn't have the courage to make that decision. I decided to stay also because of family reasons, but because I genuinely like the club. The conversation with the manager also made me stay. But from the club side, I felt a bit like if you leave, it's not so bad for us. It hurts me a lot, more than hurting. It makes me sad because I'm a player they have nothing to criticize about. And when he's saying that, he's talking about availability. That's what he's saying. Because he's saying, I always play good or bad. Then you see things around you, players who don't value the club as much and don't defend the club as much, that makes you sad. So if you valued the club that highly, why would you consider the move? You would shut it down instantly, which lets me know nonsense. Let's see what else. Where is he at? Run up the likes as well. Hit the subscribe button as well. So yeah, the club wanted you to go in this, so leave. I thought you wouldn't stay anywhere you wasn't desired. This is a direct contradiction of what you said prior. If I will only stay if I'm desired at the football club. But you saying the club wanted you to go. And I told the direct, but they didn't have the courage. I agree with him on that. Exactly that, Connor. If you love your girl, why are you on Tinder for? Love for a club is conditional love. I've seen this play in the playbook before, and that's what it is, Jez. You know, the only constant at football clubs is fans. So whether it's me at Manchester United, whether it's Jez and Connor with Spurs, whether it's Sai with Liverpool, whether it's whatever football club you support, to anyone who's watching this right now, watching this back after, or anyone who's listening on audio, we are the one constant. For however old you are, have been supporting my club 25 years, longer than that. Tell a lie, 30 years. Some of you lot in the chat, 10, 15, 20 years. People older than me, look at Barnes and Pops and Crab. They've been supporting Liverpool 40 years, 50 years. My uncles and aunts been supporting Manchester United 40, 50 years. Even older heads, 50, 60, 70 years, however. So in regards to this, talking about this, I do agree with him on saying they didn't have the courage to make that decision because our board is whatless. That's why. Whatless, no backbone. And this is why I crash on Ineos when it comes to decision making. Because the fact, and I said this at the time, anyone who was listening to me whilst this was going on, I said he's not going anywhere. And the fact that our board left it in his hands is crazy. I decided to stay. How is a Manchester United player deciding whether they stay or not? How about it's you as the ownership and the hierarchy deal with that? Forget what the idiot manager wanted. Forget that Amrin wanted to keep him. What is your decision? How did you leave that in his hands and you lot considered selling him as well? Because you told him the fact that you didn't have the courage to sell him is disgusting. Same way you didn't have the bottle to make a decision with the Maino situation. The reason why this Maino situation is going on is because of them. It's not Amorim, it's not Mano. And the reason why I say it's not Amorim or Mano in regards to the situation that's going on is because they both made their stances clear in the summer. We know Amorim doesn't rate Mano and is not going to play him consistently. Amorim knows this. Mano knows this. All the fans know this. Media knows this. Mainstream, content creators, whatever the case may be. That was perfectly clear. And we know Mano knows this because Mano tried to leave on loan. So you do one of two things as the board because the manager's here. This is your manager. This is your player. You rate the manager. You rate the player. Pick one. You either get rid of Amorim and let the next manager come in and play Mano, which Mano it should be, or you stupidly back the manager, which you've done, but then let Mano go out alone, but you blocked it. And now you have this situation. That's why you have his brother in the stands with a T-shirt on saying free Mano. This is on the board. This is on Ineos. And back to it about Bruno. They didn't have the courage to sell him. Maybe they was scared of the backlash. Me and Rance was having a conversation before, and he made a great point about it. Maybe it was the backlash about it. How are you scared of what the fans think? How about you do what's best? You do what you think's best for Manchester United Football Club. Fuck the fans. Fuck our feelings. Include myself in that. Fuck my feelings on how I feel about the situation. Do you believe selling this player is best for Manchester United Football Club? You considered it, so I go with yes. But you probably was scared of the backlash. But guess what? Had you had sold him, brought in two players, and Manchester United were performing very well, we all would have went fairs. We've lost better players than Bruno Fernandes. We've lost players who are universes away from Bruno Fernandes in terms of quality. I've seen all the legends in the Premier League era leave. Players he's nowhere near. I've seen them all leave. He's nowhere near a Van Persie. He's nowhere near a Andy Cole. He's nowhere near a Dwight York, a Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, a Teddy Sheringham, a Paul Scholes, a Roy Keane, a Paul Ince, a Brian Robson, a Ryan Giggs, a David Beckham, a Jaap Stam, a Nemanja Vidic, a Dennis Irwin, a Patrice Evra, a Gary Neville, a Peter Schmeichel, a Van der Sar. He's nowhere near these players. Just to name a few. Nowhere near them. And all them players I've seen say I've left. And guess what? We go over it. Some of them we didn't think should have left at the time they left. To be honest, I'm still not over Jaap Stam leaving. And that was in 2001. It's in 2025. And I'm still not over it. 2001, you know. Some of you lot in the chat were even born them times. And I'm still not over selling him. But guess what? You just have to get on with it. And when we brought in other defenders, I'm like, all right, fairs. I've seen Ronnie Johnson leave the football club. But it was centre-backs after Jaap Stam. Ronnie Johnson was still there. Vidic, Rio Ferdinand. There's still centre-backs after who go on to be greats and be legends and help us win it all. What the fuck we talking about here? What are we doing here? Talking about they didn't have the courage. And I agree with him, they didn't have the courage. Bottled it. Whatless. And that's a for those that don't know what whatless means, that's a Caribbean term for no backbone, no bottle. And this board have shown that case. They've shown it with the Bruno situation. They've shown it with the Amorim Mano situation. They don't make decisions. They don't make decisions. They just leave it. And with this Bruno one, they left it to him. Because if Bruno said, I want to go, he'd be in Saudi Arabia right now. Sell him. It's clearly the best thing to do. Let's see what else he's saying. All right, let's see. Where else? So, yeah, I think that's it. Is there anything more? So, yeah, that concludes the Bruno statements. I don't think there's any more. If there is, I'll get to it. If I missed anything, if you lot have any questions, anything I didn't cover, let me know. Know what I'm saying? Yeah. If man are calling him whatless, that's what it means. It means man are calling him Ollie. That's an old Caribbean term. Like, grandparents use that. Like, if my mum start cursing and she goes into a Bayesian accent, she'll use that. Say with my uncles and aunts. Say with my pops, my aunts on the Jamaican side. If they use whatless, you know what that means. Like 110%. Like, and that's what they are. They're whatless when it comes to it. Bottled it, making a decision. Make a fucking decision. Either say, hey, we're backing him, we're keeping Bruno, or we're selling him and moving him on. All this, or we're unsure and we're delaying it. Or we'll leave it in your hand. We'll leave it up to you. Because then if Bruno says, I want to stay, says, I want to leave, they can turn around and say, hey, you wanted to go. Because Bruno himself is saying, hey, the club, we're like, if you leave, we don't mind. Push him out the door. Hold him accountable for his poor performances because he's been here long enough. Granted, it's not solely on him, but he's been here long enough and has overseen our worst performances, our worst results, and our worst league finishes. Therefore, you're a part of the problem. Get rid of him. Same way you should have got rid of this manager. The two captains of the ship after that piss-poor season we had last season should have been moved on. We finished 15th in the league. 15th in the league, people. Two captains should have been gone. And when I say captains, captains of the ship. Managers should have been out. Captains should have been out. Never mind, Jonathan, or the rest. You're right. We lost 3 finals. Like, the list goes on. But I'm just pointing out just solely last season in regards to these two. Hold people account. Finish 15th. Head should have rolled. Whole team should have been gone. Let's be honest. They could have sold anyone and I wouldn't have complained. Because I'll be like, right, they're holding people accountable. Not only would that have made Manchester United players who stayed on alert and been like, right, they got rid of Amorim and Bruno. We can't fuck about it. It would have kept Manchester United players who stayed on alert. It would have let new players coming in, hey, fuck around and find out. And it would have let the league and our competitors know Manchester United is serious. But what did we do? Sell a couple players. No major. Nobody was held accountable for that. Nobody was held accountable for last season. Nobody that played a major role, and those two played a major role, the manager and the guy who plays every minute, like he mentioned. I'm always available, good or bad. So how about we hold him accountable? How about that? Hold them both accountable. All right, man. Whatever. It's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Like, joke thing. It is. Big up Catch as well, man. Every single time. Shout out Catch, big up SB. Make sure you subscribe to the catch up as well, people. Yeah, it's mad. And with Bruno, it makes it worse because he's been here longer than Amorim. And like I said, all of the records we broke. So all the records we broke under Ten Hag, and then all the records we broke under Amorim, you was involved in. All our poor performances, worst performances, you was involved in. All of our worst results, you was involved in. Our 2 worst league finishes so far this season, bet to be 3 this season because it's 8th and 15th. And we ain't finishing no higher than 8th. So 3 out of the last 4 years, our worst league positions have been under you. All these finals we've lost under you. Because we lost 3 finals. How many semi-finals have we lost? I think we lost 4 or 5 semi-finals under Oli. Never mind any semi-finals we lost under Ten Hag and Amorim as well. I don't think under Amorim, but I think we probably lost a couple under Ten Hag. Quarterfinals, piss poor performances in Europa League. 2 Europa League finals, not Champions League. Europa League finals to Villarreal and Tottenham Hotspur. Respectfully. Not Real Madrid and Barcelona. Not Bayern Munich and PSG. All right, man. Oh, yeah, free-minded. In his mind, it's not his fault, though, because he never holds himself accountable. Never. First time he held himself accountable was actually in this interview where he said, I always play good or bad. Like, that's the first time I've ever heard him be accountable, and that irks me because you the captain, you the leader. You supposed to take shots even when it's not your fault. That's what a captain does. Even when it's not your fault, you're supposed to take even more of the blame. Same way Fergie used to do it all the time. Take bullets for the team. Sometimes United would play terrible and he'd go, yeah, it was on me. Or he'd say something crazy to take away attention from the poor performance. Or if they attacked a player who was performing poorly, he'd come out all guns blazing. Talking about, I ain't talking to you, shut up. Like, what is this? You're supposed to hold yourself, you the captain, you the leader, lead. Take blame. When a young player makes him like when the Manchester derby and he blamed Euro for the Foden goal, it was actually Bruno's fault. And he came out and blamed Euro. Not only was it terrible to blame Euro, number one. Number two, even if it was Euro's fault, you take the blame for that. Because then the headlines is you. It's not talking about take attention away from the youngster. You're supposed to be the experienced head. You've been here before, so this is nothing new to you. All right, criticism. You know what that can do to a youth player? I've done it playing Saturday League, Sunday League, certain players who are younger than me and that. And it's like, no, hey, the manager's going to go up. I've took blame for goals That ain't my fault. I've gone, hey, Gaffer, yeah, that's on me. Gone to the teammates, that's on me. Knowing damn well it's not my fault. But I should have got across. No chance I should have got across. And then when it is genuinely my fault, I hold blame. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. Because I know my teammates who are better than me are going to get me out of jam. Normally, it's the better players. If it's a younger or a better player. If it's a better player and he makes a mistake, I'll take blame. Because I'm like, yo, we probably going to win us the game. Fucking ridiculous, man. It is. Hey, shouts to Pels. Pels, hope you're blessed. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Good to see you in the chat. Big up everyone in the chat as well. Shout out to my G Kaneki in the cut. Please, let's run up these likes, though. Because there's just under 40 of you lot in the building. We're only at 30 likes. So let's get up to 40 likes. Like check 1212. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on the channel. Sarcasm City TV. Subscribe to the extra channel. Share this out across all the socials. Let's try to get as more people in here as possible. Please keep all your Manchester United comments related. And my nephew made a great point as well about I'm pissed and we ain't even got to the game yet. We ain't even got to the fucking game yet. Like, and that tells you all you need to know because these Bruno comments is ridiculous. It is fucking ridiculous. All right, let's see. I don't think I missed any questions. If I did, let me know, people. Yes, I said in this because I knew it. Because I knew they wouldn't have the bottle to sell. You own the thing. No one can't tell you shit. Selling. Oh, we scared. Maybe it is they're scared of the backlash. But they considered it, which lets me know, oh, they thought it was a good idea. But then we've seen this ownership do this thing before. Because we watched it with Ten Hag, where they openly decided, all right, Ten Hag's not good enough. And then because of their piss poor approach at replacing him, they went back to him to then eventually sack him, which then put Amorim in a worse state. And now you're doing the same thing with Amorim. Because when we eventually do sack Amorim this season, everyone will go, why didn't you sack him sooner? Bad decisions, and Amorim's part of the reason why Bruno stayed. So your bad decision of keeping Amorim then led to an even worse decision of keeping Bruno. See how bad decisions force bad decisions, people. Not like good habits. They say good habits, good performance. Bad habits, bad performance. And because they kept Amorim, that then led to then Bruno staying. Whereas if you would have got rid of Amorim like you should have, maybe the new manager comes in and goes, yeah, I want him gone. Because that's part of the reason he stayed. And the fact that Amorim had a say in this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Because clearly you lot are not on the same page because he doesn't rate Mano. You rate Mano and blocked his move. He doesn't rate Xerxes. You lot rate Xerxes and blocked his move. You lot considered telling Bruno he wanted him to stay. What's going on in the boardroom? How are you so far off the same page? You lot rate Yoro. He doesn't rate Yoro and don't play him like that. Make it make sense. He's in love with the back three. You lot want to see a back four or some. That's the report say Wilcox wants a back four. All right. All right, bet. Yeah, all right. You said this in the wake of the Europa League final. See, I didn't even know I said it that soon, you know, Connor. Oh, yeah, because I think he was chatting shit after the final. That's why. He said some nonsense after the final. That's what it was. Move him on. It's fucking ridiculous. Absolute joke. It is. It is. Flawless, I was always told there's no bad team, but yes, a bad leader. And he has the cheek to talking about I talk with my arms. Now it's simply because your performance is not up to scratch. Like I said, Roy Keane was on people's cases the entire time. Youngsters, senior players, in the middle, new signings, free signings, whoever. Nobody escaped Roy Keane's wrath. And he was also extremely tough on himself. He was also extremely tough on opposition. Also extremely tough on the referee. Also extremely tough on the manager, as we're finding out. But you know what? He performed week in, week out, so we didn't care. Because he would be called a tyrant in this era. Roy Keane. And being too harsh. Because he was specifically harsh to youth players. He was like, he's notorious for those that don't know. Roy Keane was specifically, I think Darren Fletcher spoke about it. The goalkeeper, Ben Foster, he spoke about it. Rio Ferdinand, who was a 30 mil, who was a record signing at the time, he spoke about it. He's on people's cases. I'm telling you. Ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Where is your previous comment, Kaneki? Where was it? Let me see. You don't need to. No United player has cost the club over 50 points in the league the last 10 years than Bruno and Maguire. 100 points, Maguire, and 71 points, Bruno. And it's probably more than, yeah, they just stink. They do. If your system can't get the best out of one of your best young midfield talents in the world, how good is your system? Exactly, Rounds. Your system is supposed to get the best out of your better players to then get better performance from your team, to pick up more results, pick up more wins, and go and challenge and compete and win trophies. I keep saying this. Whoever your best players are an indicator of where you're going as a side. There's no side that is going to compete for domestic titles and Champions Leagues and dominate, etc., when you look at their best player and go, yeah, he's mediocre. He's average. He's above average. He's decent. How many people start talking about, oh, yeah, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes. Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes are two of your better players. You are going nowhere. This is why you end up 15th. This is why you average 1 win per month. And now you have to look at the manager who's playing those players and a board that's keeping these players and not holding them accountable. I get to the game. Don't worry, people. I'm going to get to the game. Frenzy says they're going to play him as well this Sunday. How can a man talk waffle and they're going to play him because the board of cowards agreed? Frenzy. And he called them out. Fucking called them out. Ridiculous. Absolutely. But he's right. The thing is, here's how you know when people are like, oh, you're not biased about it. I agree with him. Many of the comments Bruno said I agree with, and that is one of them. I think the board didn't have the courage. Because if that's me and Kaneki on that board, he's gone. How do we have more courage knowing the backlash that you would get potentially for selling him? Yo, fuck all that. Because you lot have got backlash before for you cut the staff, you cut the dinner ladies, all these type, which again, from Ineos' perspective, were the right moves. Because we had way, way too many staff. So you're cool with that, but you draw the line at Bruno Fernandes. But then you'll block Maino's progress. Because Maino said, let me go out on loan. Maino could have been an absolute dickhead about it and done a salad and done an interview. He could have done an interview straight after the game. He could have done a podcast. He could have done a Twitter post, an Instagram post. He said nothing. He just said, let me go out on loan. And the club said, no. Why? For me to not get minutes, knowing it's a World Cup year. And then you got this manager talking about other youth players, Amas, about, oh, you struggled. Did he not just get player of the month for his team? Cheeto don't even play. Talking about, oh, you don't play for the under-21s. People were talking about sack the manager. We're still talking about sack the manager. You still should be gone. One clean sheet in the last 17 across all comps. I think in his entire Manchester United career, 6 clean sheets in 43 games. And we play a back 5. 6 clean sheets in 43 matches. And we play a back 5. Just conceded 4 to Bournemouth, who hadn't won in 6 matches. 4 goals at the crib to Bournemouth, who were on horrendous form and hadn't won in 6 games. All right, man. Okay. All right, man. All right. Okay. It's crazy work, man. Big up Will in the cut as well. I always hate Tamarim laughing my ass off to even speak about Ten Hag like this. I hate the job he's doing, pals. I have no hate for him. That's what it is. I don't have no hate for him because I don't have no hate for any players like on it. It's him as Manchester United manager. Once he leaves, man, don't talk about him like with Ten Hag. Once he leaves and he's gone, I don't talk about you. I'm not like that. But as you're at Manchester United, I'm going to critique you. And you are doing everything in your power to just have us in. I should be in the car. If I could live stream from the car park, I would. But the Wi-Fi ain't too good and it's cold. I need to be there sat in front of that car park with the shitters behind me. Because that's where we are. Straight. You know what I'm saying? We are straight hospital gown FC cheeks. Ass. That's what we are. Ass. That's why I've called us hospital gown FC and will continue to do so. And we shot 2 match reactions, actually, me and Sheik. And the second one, the police car there was a police van going past. And I said, yo, they need to arrest these criminals right here. Fucking Amarim and these jokers. Hey, shout out my guy Adam, man. Big up Adam. What you telling me? Hope you're blessed, man. Hope you're good. Hope you're good, Adam. Hope you're blessed. It's just ridiculous, pals. That's what it is. Fucking ridiculous. Absolute jolting. Flawless. I bet Mano will be punished for what his bro did and will not start this Sunday. He probably weren't going to start this Sunday anyway, despite the fact that players are missing because of, we got Embremo and Ahmad missing because of AFCON, and Mazarari as well, and Casemiro suspended. So he probably wasn't going to start, but if he doesn't, it wouldn't surprise me, Jonathan. But you know what the crazy part is? Bruno will remain, even though he just called the board worthless. Just called him cowards. Hey, he said, you man didn't have the cojones to sack me. I mean, to sell me, you know. And I know you didn't want me. I know you considered, you wanted me to go and you left it in the hands of me. I did it on international break. And they still not going to respond. How you telling my employee? Imagine I employ someone and they tell me, oh, you were too scared to sell me. It's a wrap. I mean, I called him, yeah, don't worry about coming your sack. Don't worry about coming to get your stuff. We'll send it to you. Flawless, what do you think it will take for your owners to change their plans or sell the club? Big money. That's what it is. It's that pound sign. It's that dollar sign. It's that dirham sign. Whatever currency you want to say. It's all about that money. If someone dropped 10 billion right now for Manchester United, they'd sell Manchester United. Someone from the Middle East said, all right, you know, from someone from Saudi or Qatar or wherever, don't actually matter where from, but some billionaire from somewhere in the world said, hey, here's 10 billion, sorry, 10 bill. That's what it is, or 12 bill or 15. It's a money thing. That's all it is. That's what they care about. Me up, Candy, man. What are you saying? Hope you're good. Yo, United fans, did you lot end the game with a back four or back three? To tell you the truth, it kind of looked like a back four. The first half, they shown the average position map like 20 minutes in, and everybody was central. The only person that was kind of to the right was Euro, but everyone was kind of in a straight line. So I don't know what was going on. I'm not going to lie. One thing with Bruno, though, he usually does well at Villa Park. Probably get caught on the ball and cost us a goal. We get moved to at Villa Park. No Ahmad, no Embremo, no Mazarari, no Casemiro. Yeah. All right. With this manager going there. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see what else. Nigga talked about we will lose matches and people back that. It's ridiculous. Said give it time. We're going to suffer. What kind of shit is that? Nowhere else in life would you accept that. Imagine your partner came to you and said, we're going to suffer in this relationship before it gets better. Imagine your partner said that. You might hear with a stone cold stunner right there. You said that to your woman, she'd probably slap you. What is going on? When you deep it, it's kind of mad that even Squid Game money isn't enough to buy a football club like United. Yeah, it's because football is the one thing that isn't affected by what's going on in the world. So even if the world's like in a recession or people are broke or like football continues to go on the up and up. Football continues to. It's like, because it's already a world, a legit world. Like people use the phrase worldwide, like something's worldwide very loosely, but football is legit a worldwide thing. So it doesn't matter. Any continent on the globe, football is a big sport. And it might not be number one, it might not be number two, it might not be number three, but it's vastly growing. Like I don't think it's top three USA, for example, stateside, but it's growing massively. And you'll see that now with the World Cup. So you've got North America. South America is already massive. Europe, we already know what it is. Asia, massive. Because whenever there's an Asian player just in the Premier League, that country supports heavily. Like whether it was Park Ji-sung with Manchester United, whether it was Heung-min Son with Spurs, the list goes on. Same with Africa. You got African players, hey, that country supporting that African player heavily, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Arsenal in the early 2000s, and whether now it's more Manchester United. You see it with Salah and Mane at Liverpool in recent years. So that's pretty much everywhere, even when you look at like New Zealand, Australia, out there. Like football is just, it's just one of the things. So that's why it costs so much, because United is, we one of the most well-known brands just in the world. Like that logo is recognizable everywhere. And that's money. Whether we're successful or not, because we've been shit for about 12, 13 years now. We ain't won the league title since 2013. We're going into 2026. And we're still profitable. We're still printing money. Yeah, free-minded. I remember like high school and college, them times. because Arsenal and Liverpool had so many African players. All the Africans supported Chelsea or Arsenal. All my African brethren, and when we talking football, Chelsea, Arsenal. All of them, Chelsea, Arsenal. There we go. Most of your life, we've been shit. And yet we still profitable. United still talk about turning a profit. Print money, we sell everything. I don't think there's anything Manchester United don't sell. Outside of like water and food, I don't think there's items we don't sell. Like cups, mugs. I've said this on there before. Sell fucking everything. And people will buy it. Right, Crawford just retired. That's sad, man. But hey, what a stellar career, man. Shout out Terence Crawford. Yeah. Do you reckon Amorim gets dashed end of the season and Glasner rolls up after? I don't think Amorim lasts till the end of the season. Glasner will be in the mix, yes. I think Glasner will be in the mix. I think Amorim will be in the mix. I think they'll be not Amorim, sorry. Glasner will be in the mix. Iriola will be in the mix, and then there'll be another one as well. I think it'll be those two and someone else. But I don't think Amorim lasts the whole season. But they're stupid enough to go and sack Amorim and then bring in Glasner into a same situation, or an Iriola, or who the other guy is. Get an interim. Yeah, fucking interim. Make it make sense. Sean Dyche has 6 clean sheets in 12 games for Forest. Ruben Amorim has 8 in 58 league games. So it's worse than I thought. I thought it was 6 and 4. I thought it was 6 and 43, but 5 and 8 and 58. You're gonna tell me that Forest have better defenders than us? All right. All right. All right. Exactly. This spells anything United don't sell. Ineos probably do. African influence is not a joke. And that's not even mentioning the Caribbean influence. You lot see the shows I do on here. I got the Yardman show, I got the Bayesian show. You lot see the amount when Troops did 24-hour stream, how many Jamaican content creators are on there who support various clubs in the Premier League. You've got Bayesian Reds TV, they're doing their thing. There's more. I've had people from Trinidad calling, people from Grenada calling, people from St. Lucia calling. It's massive over there too. And again, very similar to everywhere else. Once there's one star player who is from one of the islands over there in the Caribbean, everyone's like, Caribbean, like, Dwight York, Trinidad on the map. Put Trinidad on the map. Fucking ridiculous. Big up A. says flawless. I saw news saying they're letting Amorim go to the end of the season. Where'd you see the news? Let me know. No way these owners do not see or know these stats. They know them, yes, but they just sticking their head in the stand with it because Ten Hag had terrible stats too. And it took them so long to even get to the decision to sack him and then chose to keep him, then eventually sacked him. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. There you are. Look, we've almost been on an hour. And I even spoke about the game. Like I said, thankfully, I didn't do a watch along for it. I did obviously because I went to see, because I was up early, Christmas, shopping, all that stuff. Did back again. Did a ManDem United afterwards. And I was like, all right, let me take a nap. Overslept. And then I woke up. Half an hour, as I woke up, it's like 8:30. So it was like 30 minutes gone. And I could have joined for the second half. And I was like, I'm tired and I don't want to watch these lot. So I went back to sleep and then woke up and seen the score. And I was like, good job that I didn't actually watch the game. And then I was like, for you lot and myself, was like, let me actually find the full game and watch the full 90 minutes, which I did. So it wasn't highlights. Didn't watch extended highlights. I watched the full match as well. Manchester United 4, Bournemouth 4. First half, actually good. First half, I thought as a team overall, we was good. On the front foot, played at a great pace, limited what Bournemouth did going forward. It's not like Lamens had to make save after save, not like they created a whole heap as well. And we were, only disappointment is we didn't create more clear-cut chances. That was the disappointment, but we were worthy winners of worthy being in the lead at 1-0 up, worthy being in the lead at 2-1 up as well. I'm just trying to remember the goals off the top of my head right now. Give me a second, because I got so much more to say on this shit. It's fucking ridiculous. So yeah, Ahmad scored. Good goal. It was a good goal again, and it was a good move. But why is Cunha attacking crosses on the 6-yard box? Make that make sense. Hear what I just said, people. Why is Dalot, who's done well, step over, cut in, good cross? Why is it Cunha as the 9? Cunha is not a number 9, people. And Bremo is not a number 9. Mount is not a number 9. We have 2 9s on the bench. Play one of them. Granted, Sesko's just come back from injury. Hear it. Play Xerxes. But we got the goal, deserved lead. But our 4 goals were completely avoidable. Some of the mistakes much more criminal than others. Because you're going to make mistakes. But the fact that all 4 of the goals we conceded are avoidable is ridiculous in itself. Absolutely ridiculous. Luke Shaw. Why am I talking at the back end of 2025 going into 2026 about Luke Shaw making mistakes for Manchester United? He's in the Bruno boat. You've been here long enough. You've been here under our worst performances, our worst results, our worst league finishes. Why is he still here? Why have you not been held accountable? You've been here a decade now. 10 years you've been here. 10 years. It's a wrap. Why is he still here? What are we doing? Why? Why is he still here? And the mistake, he's just off balance. Lack of concentration, he's not off balance, and he gets bounced off the ball. I think it was Evan Nielsen, because Evan Nielsen's not even charged at him. He just nudged him off the ball, lapsed in concentration. And then it goes 1-1. Granted, we get back in the game. Casemiro, who I don't think gets the credit from a set-piece standpoint, both defensively and from an attacking standpoint. How many aerial duels he wins so much defensively and so much offensively. And you think, hey, 2-1, back on it. And then Manchester United in the second half happens. Second goal. We kick it long from the left-back area, lose the duel. It breaks the Bournemouth player, I can't remember who. And then they play a lovely pass into it's Evan Nielsen. Evan Nielsen takes the touch. I think it was Evan Nielsen. Yeah, Evan Nielsen takes the touch, scores, great finish. Heaven got to get closer, though. Heaven got to get closer. Like, you can't be that. Like, you can see that transpire. And more, his mistake weren't as bad as Shaw's, but it's still avoidable. Get closer. That's it. You have to get closer there. And then it's 2-2. And then you're thinking, I know if I'm watching the game, I'm like, all right, we've just conceded straight after halftime. Don't concede again. And that's been another thing with Manchester United. You know, like, people only talk about good patterns, bad patterns. Why do we consistently concede back-to-back goals? Like, we'll concede 1 goal, and then we concede a goal 2 minutes later, 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. Why do we never score? Why do we never concede and then we go and score? Or better yet, manage the game. Our mentality sucks. And that stems from the manager and the players. Because the players should be able to manage the game better. Or the manager clearly it's a problem. Change something up. We've conceded, and every time we concede, we keep conceding straight after. So you know what I'm going to do? All right, let me go a little bit more defensively rigid. Let me change something from a tactical standpoint. Let me change something personnel standpoint. Let me get my players doing something from an instruction standpoint. The players are not off the hook, though, because they have to be held accountable, because our game management sucks. I've been saying this all season long. We're just an awful team. Then it goes 2-2. And you're like, all right, don't concede again. And what do we do? I'm looking here, 46th minute and 52nd minute. So we conceded 2 goals in 8 minutes. If you add on, because it's added on time, but Semenyo scored in the 40th minute and Tavernier scored in the 52nd minute. But I know there was added on time. But let's say in a 15, 16 minute spell. Let's say, I can't remember how much added time there was. I don't think there was that much. How we conceded 3 goals in 20 minutes or 3 goals in 15 minutes? The Tavernier goal stems from what I spoke about. Well, actually, Bruno's poor first touch. Let's get that. Because if he controls that, that goal doesn't happen. But I spoke in depth about Bournemouth stylistically being all wrong for us, and you've seen it. You've seen Bournemouth you've seen what I'm talking about there, because Tavernier just picks up the ball and just drives past. We have the most unathletic, slowest midfield and the most athletic and quick-paced and transition-based league in the world. Oh, sorry, let me clarify that. In Europe. And that's what I'm scared about. Tavernier just picked up the ball and no one could get near him. Granted, good foul by Casemiro. He had to make that challenge because they probably score, even though they scored anyway. But poor first touch by Bruno, and then Tavernier just breaks. Casemiro has to make the foul. Again, terrible game management. Why are we so open? We've just conceded. They're up for, they're now in the ascendancy. Their confidence is now high because that would have been the Bournemouth team talk. Hey, we're only 2-1 down and we haven't played well at all. All right, let's get a goal in early. Because if we score early, we know they can fold. And the crowd will get on their case. Then they get the free kick. Lemens, I think, has been good this season. I think Lemens has been our best player this season, but that's on the goalkeeper. I say this about free kicks all the time. 99 times out of 100. If the ball goes the keeper side from a free kick, there's a wall. So it's a 4-man wall, 5-man wall, 6-man wall. However the wall is, it's a significant wall. Anytime the shot goes keeper side, I blame the goalkeeper. 99 times out of 100. Unless it's an absolute worldie. If it's a tremendous strike, if it's a thunderbolt that's gone top bins, or it's curled and it's precision and it's quick and it's got top bins, I hear it. The men's got to save that. It's going to keep aside. If Tavernier bends it over the wall and it goes in, I never blame the goalkeeper for that. No, I don't blame the goalkeeper for that. If he bends it and it's corner, that's very, very tough. As long as it's not central. That's keeper side, and that's the second type of mistake you've made like that. Because he made one against Brighton, because the Welbeck one he should have saved. But the Welbeck one central, that's your side. The reason why a wall is set up in football is I, as the goalkeeper, will deal with this half of the goal. The wall deals with the other half. Let the wall deal with that half. And then he jumps just before it struck, and then he can't get there, and then we're 3-2 down. Then the crowd will run out, they'll run their case. And now we chasing the game. And let's be honest, outside of the 2 goals in the second half, we did nothing going forward. So how can we go from scoring 2 goals in the first half, looking threatening, creating half chances, moving the ball quick, getting the ball into the final third, getting the ball to our better players, to be in an absolute shit show and non-effective in the second half? And this is why I talk about when I mention about our individual brilliance. Because individual brilliance is what gets us through games. So Cunha and Bremo, Bruno, Ahmad, whoever else. And it goes to show, because when they're on it, we perform like we did in the first half. When they're not on it, we perform like we did in the second half, because we offered absolutely nothing going forward in the second half. Shit show. Absolutely nothing. Up until Bruno Fernandes' free kick, what did their goalkeeper have to do? Someone tell me what Petrovic had to do up until that point. Tell me. He did nothing. Granted, quality free kick. I just mentioned there about it going keeper side. Tough one. I'd still be disappointed, but it was their top bins and it's hit the post, so I'm less critical of my goalkeeper for that. Then we're back in the game. Bruno atones for his error. Now we're back in the game. We're on the front foot again. Again, another good move. Truffert, poor clearance, drops the Cunha. Cunha's not going to miss from there. Now it's back to game management, people. It's back to game. Bournemouth are going to throw everything at it. Manage the game. We're now gone from 3-2 down to 4-3 up. Game management. We know the manager's useless. He's not going to do anything from a personnel standpoint or a tactical standpoint or both to change the game to help us get through this. We have to figure this out as a team. And what do? Fail. Croupy. And look, 5 minutes later, we concede. 5 minutes later, we can't even... Hey, you know what? We just got up. Let's stay in the game. Let's get to the 90th minute. Because we scored. Bruno's free kick was Cunha's goal was the 79th minute. Let's get to the 90th minute. That's 10 minutes. That's it. All I'm asking for is, hey, we've just scored, shut up shop for 10 minutes, and then it's added on time, and we can't even do that. And it's not even like it's a scintillating attack. Bournemouth don't have a good attack. Let's be really real. No one ever talks about Bournemouth's attackers from an individual standpoint. I'm talking their 9s, their 10s, their 8s, their wingers, outside of Semenyo. That is it. He's the only one we ever mentioned. We give up the goal. Very similar to the Heaven goal for the second one with Evan Nielsen. Martinez not close enough. Get closer. Get closer to Croupy. He's the only one who can score there, and he's a senior centre-back. So I'm more critical of him because this should be bread and butter for you. This should be fucking bread and butter for you. And then we concede, and then it's 4-0. And I've not watched Saeed. Shout out to my bro Saeed every single time. I've not watched his full fan cam. I've only seen bits and pieces of it. I've only seen bits and pieces of his fan cam when Nuruddin was going at the person, whoever was talking shit. And trust me, you don't want that smoke with Nuruddin. You don't want that smoke with Saeed. Let's be really real. And people talking about good point, great performance. No, good half. But we conceded 4 goals at home to Bournemouth, who were winless in 6 games. I think the worst informed team in the league at that point. Maybe, actually, you got Wolves. I tell a lie. So Wolves, Burnley, worse than them. West Ham is the same, pretty much. So let's say bottom 3. They're in relegation form. Let's say that. Winless in 6 is relegation form. Right. And we've give up 4 goals to them. 2, let's be really real, one of the worst attacks in the league. Bournemouth have one of the worst attacks in the league. Take out Burnley, Wolves, Leeds. They're right there with your... And Fulham, Brentford, Forest probably all have better attacks than them. Bournemouth hadn't scored 3 in the league since mid-October. When's the last time they'd scored 4 in the league? So no, it wasn't a good performance overall. No, it wasn't a good point. And this is just typical Manchester United. You know what's crazy? Just yesterday, me and Droops was having a discussion on back again, and he was like, surely you beat Bournemouth. They ain't winning 5 and da-da-da. Manchester United can lose to anybody. Manchester United can drop points to anybody. When are people going to realize this? Manchester United are not a good football team. Not a good football team. Not in the slightest. What are we doing? I disagree. I think their attack is about 10th or 11th in my opinion. 10th? You really put them that high? I don't think they're top 10. Arsenal, City, Villa, Chelsea, Palace, United, Liverpool, Sunderland, Everton, Brighton, Spurs, Newcastle. They're the teams that are ahead of them. Outside of Everton, Sunderland, and they're a championship side. I don't think they're that high. I think Smith Rowe gets in their side. But my overall point is just they're not a good attack. 10th or 11th shouldn't be scoring 4 against you. Let's say best case scenario, they're 10th or 11th. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be scoring that amount against you. Not in the slightest. That's the overall point I'm making. Manchester United questions only people. Oh, yeah, shit. Well, let me get to it. Shout out to Hassam for the raid as well, man. I think that's Hassam and Mo. So big up Don Hassam. Big up Mo as well. Everyone joining over from the redirect. Run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell as well, people. Make sure you do that. January, last time they back 4. My point exactly. So Semenyo alone pushes them to mid-table. I disagree, but my overall point still stands. 10th or 11th shouldn't be. I really don't rate their attackers. Like Evan Nielsen and Naotara's left. But my overall point is they shouldn't. Yeah, I want to take Fulham's attack over Bournemouth, but I get the point. Yeah, that's it. Not a good team, but second in XG and goals scored. Right, the weakness is clearly the defensive side of our midfield. Yeah, I don't think we're a good team, no. Because if I start looking up the XG, yeah. So we're second in XG and second. No, we're not a good side. Because I watch us play with my 2 eyes, and there's more to football than scoring goals in XG. Hence why where we are in the table. What are we talking about here? Not a good side. Man just legit said the weakness is clearly the defensive side of our midfield. Whose point is that? So whose fault is that? We play a back 5, so why is defense a problem? We play a back 5. Why is defense a problem? Make that make sense. What are we doing out here? We are currently 6th, level with Liverpool, who have been awful all season, and level with Sunderland, who just came up from the Championship, and 2 points above Everton. We're behind Crystal Palace. Newcastle, who have been awful all season, have 4 points off us. Spurs, who have been dreadful and a proportion of their fan base want their manager out of 4 points off us. Yeah, I have a problem. We're not a good team. You're not a good team in the slightest. You ill? What's up? Get well soon, man. Get well soon, Ram. What's up? Well, like, what's up with you? Well, I have the remedies. Let me actually see the XG table since man mentioned it. Let's see. Let's see. Premier League XG. Let's see. Let's see who's top. So, XG. We're not second, we're third. So you have Arsenal, City, United, Palace, Liverpool, Chelsea. So you're telling me at XG, Liverpool have got the 5th best XG. So their attack's been flying this season, yeah? Chelsea is 6th. Their attack's been flying this season, yeah? Leeds are 9th. Theirs been flying, yeah? Bournemouth, who were winless in... No. Bournemouth, who were winless in 6th or 11th. Come on, man. People, we gotta do better than this. We gotta do better than this when we start talking XG and things of this nature. We gotta do better. What's the expect? What's our goals against, actually? Let's see. What's the XG against? Let me find out. Bear with me, people. Is it XA? That's the against, right? How do you do the goals? Oh, yeah, it's GA. It's goals against, isn't it? There we go. Someone find that for me if you can. Please. Appreciate it. Who looks at the XG table? Well, people who have no leg to stand on. That's why. Because Manchester United are not a good outfit. How many games have we played well in this season? I think 4. I think Sunderland, I think Liverpool, I think Brighton, and I think Wolves. I think every other game we've been horrible. We've been horrible. Or, at the best, below average. But we've been, I'll even go as far, let's go as far to average. We've been average to horrible in all our matches. Average to horrible is our scale. The best is average, the worst is complete horrible, and every performance pretty much has been somewhere on that list, outside of the 4 I mentioned, in my opinion. With Sunderland, Liverpool, Brighton, Wolves. I think we were good in those 4 games. And we've been horrible pretty much ever since. Horrible. West Ham, terrible. Palace, awful. 10-man Everton, horrible. Spurs away, horrible. Forest away, horrible. Brighton I mentioned, Liverpool I mentioned, Sunderland I mentioned. Let me throw the Sunderland one in. Good performances. Brentford away, horrible. Chelsea at home, even though we won. After they went down to 10 men, one of the worst performances I've seen against 10 men. Horrible. City battered us. Burnley, last minute penalty, average against Burnley. Average. Fulham, below average. Arsenal, for argument's sake, average. Yeah, man. But we're not a horrible team, but we play horrible all the time. Make it make sense. Horrible, man. Horrible. But let's see. Yeah, man, everyone stay safe. I think there is something going around. I can't lie. You're losing the next 2 games for sure, too. I think we lose to Villa. I don't think we lose to Newcastle. I think Newcastle got a draw written all over it. Very similar to, not the Bournemouth game, not that many goals, but I could see that being like a 2-2 or something like that. Because Newcastle are not a good outfit. But stylistically, we don't match up well with them at all. Yes, horrible. Them games I just mentioned, I'll go through it again. 1 second. So Bournemouth, average. Because we played well in the first half. Second half, no. We give up 4 goals to Bournemouth. Wolves, we played well. West Ham, horrible. Palace away, horrible. 10-man Everton, horrible. Spurs, horrible. Forest, horrible. The 3 good games we had, the Brighton, Liverpool, Sunderland, yes. Brentford, horrible. Against 10-man Chelsea, horrible. City, horrible. Burnley, average. Fulham, below average. Arsenal, I think we were terrible, but people were like, oh, we played well. Let's say average. Cool. Any remedies for the flu? I'm ready to take as much viral remedies to get rid of it before Christmas. What type of, like, what is it? Is it a head cold? Are you coughing? Like, what is it, Ram? You gotta be specific. Like, are you coughing? Are you sneezing? You got a fever? Is it a headache? Like, what is it? You gotta let me know. Yeah, we stink, A. Solomon. I know. You know why I don't have to look at charts? Because I know we stink defensively. Like, even though we've scored the second most goals, I know we're horrible going forward. And you know how I know we're horrible going forward? Because none of our players, if we were to do, none of our attacking players, if we was to stop the season and do team of the season so far, getting, how many of our players get nominations for team of the season overall? Someone tell me. I wouldn't pick any of them. You know, Rance was having this discussion before. He mentioned Casemiro, potentially. But I don't think I personally don't give any of our players above a 6 out of 10 this season, apart from Lemens. Everything G, temperature, fever, headache. Jeez. Yeah. There you go. Try lemon and ginger and get Lemsip, man. Take some Lemsip. You know, you get the powder with the hot water, not boiling water, hot water, and get some Lemsip and try that. Also, oranges as well. Oranges, apple juice. Try that. Try and stay like hydrated. Plenty of water as well. That's what you gotta do. Try to get some food down you. That's what I need to do, is get something to eat as well. See what else you lot are saying in the top. 5 at the back, and we've conceded 68 goals in 43 league games, but we're a good side. Yeah, like I said, from the streets to the stadium. Fire username, by the way. Yes, horrible. Performances this season have been horrible. Our results haven't matched our performances, in my opinion. That's it. That's my opinion on it. If someone thinks any different, let me know. I'm open for the discussion. Hey, big up Soccer Junkie as well. Shout out Soccer Junkie. I'm with you, Jamie. Our room's got to go, but that's pretty much my thoughts on the 4-all, the game. Again, I thought we was good in the first half. Second half, we were terrible. We conceded 3 goals and offered nothing going forward. Yes, to Mo, of course we was better under, to Mo, yeah, Mo G, yeah, we was better under Ten Hag. I don't think anyone's disputing that. We was. Yes, I will be doing it. I will be doing an NBA watch along. Yes, I will be doing an NBA watch along. I'm doing the game. 110%. I'm doing the game. Yeah. On the extra channel. So we're going to redirect from here over to there. Get in the Discord if you're not already, and I'll run the game there. By the way, screw you for being a red mank and other things. I always have to give you a greeting. You already know. Because when you said you was ill, I was going to curse you out. And then when you said you was ill, I was like, I don't know how serious it is. So I was like, all right, let me not curse him out. So get better soon. I got a site there, Will. Don't worry about it. Just join the Discord if you haven't. You should already be in there. So I'll pattern it. Shane Playback has shut down, but you're still going to get NBA watch-alongs. I'm going to have to do a video on that. Probably drop it like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, actually. Well, yes, even though Playback shut, you're still going to get NBA watch-alongs. The content's not stopping here. So you're still going to get that. They'll finish 7th or 8th. Who? Manchester United. You think we finished 7th or 8th? I mean, the highest we finish is 9th. And the highest we finish is 9th. Oh, yeah, big up Real King as well. Sorry I didn't get to your comment before. Big up, my G. Big up, Young G. I don't even know if you're still in the chat. But big up as well. Hey, from the streets to the stadium. You do support, by the way. I'll share interest. Who do you support? My Uncle Lindelof Dagger Sunday, yeah. I don't think it'll be that, but we gonna lose that game. We ain't got prayer. Just don't get embarrassed. That's the way it is. Just don't get embarrassed. Oh, United fan. All right, first. Just asking. Interest. We're finishing mid-table under this manager. Hey, Jamie, I hear you. But I don't think he's here that much longer anyway, because these wins are going to dry up because I'm looking at our games here. We ain't beating Villa. We ain't beating Newcastle. Wolves, I think, will win, but it'll be a struggle. Leeds away, I don't think we beating Leeds. Burnley away, scraped by City and Arsenal. And by the way, Leeds and Burnley, Wolves, Leeds and Burnley are no guaranteed wins either. They're no guarantees. I'm not going into any of them games with confidence. And you got Brighton in the FA Cup amongst that. And then City, Arsenal. Yeah, by February, he's out of here. He's out of here. I'm looking here. What did we win? We beat Wolves. We beat Palace. And then Brighton in October. So wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 2 wins in our last 7. 2 wins in our last 7. And granted, one of those is against arguably the worst side we've ever seen in the Premier League. Oh, they'll sit back 100%. Burnley are actually too bad. I was surprised when we played them. Like Burnley will sit in and make it tough. I know they did that to Arsenal. They did it to Chelsea as well. That's not going to be an easy game. Now, Leeds will be up for it against us. Leeds will be up for it against us. 14 wins in a year. And people wonder why we want this manager's gone. 14 league wins in 12 months. All right. All right. What would be your point of view if United signed 2 or 3 solid midfielders? It's an area that needs to be improved on, but you're giving it to this manager, so it doesn't make the difference it should. No players is going to make a significant difference here because we're not a platform for anybody to succeed. No player is currently succeeding here. No player is being given a platform to excel here. None of them. That's why I'm not excited about bringing in any players. I'm not excited about no links. I don't care about no transfer rumors. None of it. Because I know what this manager is going to do to whoever we bring in. So whatever central midfielder it is not going to thrive here. He's capped at where he can go. Like the rest of our team is capped. There's a ceiling. And we live in a bungalow, people. There's a ceiling. Ain't even a bungalow. We live in the basement. We live in the basement, and the basement ceiling is our ceiling. Not even the rest of the house. Do you see United dipping into the winter transfer window? Potentially. I could see us doing like I could see us getting like a Dorgu type. Like a player for like 25 million, 20 million, something like that. Nothing major. Because I don't really get this excess negativity. Goal scoring isn't much of an issue anymore. Create chances. The issue is the defensive structure. There's not enough legs. That'll come with time. Where's the excess negativity? What have I said that you disagree with? I don't like that. When man say excess negativity, what have I said that you disagree with? This is going to be good. This is always interesting. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. We should be scoring more goals. And we don't create a lot of chances. That's a myth. That's a myth as well. We do not create a lot of chances. That is a myth in itself. Because there's games we have where we have 1 shot on target, 2 shots on target, 3 shots on target. We might create 1 big chance. Don't let this Bournemouth and Wolves game fool you because we scored 4 goals back to back. We had 3 shots on target at home to West Ham. And didn't create a lot. We had 6 shots on target against Crystal Palace. Didn't really create a lot. 2 of them were the goals. We had 6 shots on target against 10-man Everton. We had 2 shots on target and scored 2 goals against Spurs, granted. And that the second shot on target was in added on time in stoppage time. Let's stop it. And no. From the streets to the stadium. Could have been 2-0 up in the first 10 minutes again. Yes, Bournemouth, yes, we did. Bournemouth from Wolves, yes. The rest of the games, it's a myth. But you said excess negativity. What did I say that you disagree with? Flawless, how you always finding these type of United fans is wild. I don't find anyone, people join here and start saying this type of stuff. So it's like, let's have the conversation. Because I watch. I don't get fooled by our last 2 games because we scored 8 in the last 2. Like I said, Spurs, who have been horrible at home all season long, we didn't create nothing against. Palace, what did we create against them? West Ham, 10-man Everton. Nottingham Forest, played well in the 3 against Sunderland, United, Brighton. Brentford created nothing. Chelsea, 10 man, we did actually create. City created nothing. Burnley, we created against. Fulham created nothing. Arsenal created nothing. Grimsby Town, we did actually create, but it's Grimsby Town in League 2, so I'd expect. Been more horrible. All right, Jess, you've been more horrible at home than you've been away. Well, you have been horrible all season long, yeah. And then you got 2 wins at home, 3. So like I said, I watch people. People will just point to this recency bias of the last 2 games. Spurs, we had 2 shots on target. Where's all these chances created? That we were horrible in all these games. Okay, so let's talk about it. Which games was we not horrible against? Fulham, we scored a goal. So you disagree with Fulham. So what games we were not horrible in? Where actually, scratch that from streets to the stadium. What games did we put in good performances? This is going to be good. What league games did we put in good performances? Where you say, hey, we was a 7 out of 10 or better as a team. I've already give you 4 of them. Wolves, yes. Wolves, yes. Sunderland, yes. Brighton, yes. Liverpool, yes. So take out them 4. What games have we been good in as a team? This is going to be good. If you're saying we weren't horrible, watch man saying we was average. All right, we was average. Point is, tell me the games. This always. And run up the likes as well, man. There's over 133 of you lot in the building, only at 53 likes. So I want to know. What games were we good in? This is it. Ain't no negativity. This is just me giving my opinion on shit. And when you look at it, the stats back it up what I'm saying. The eye test and the stats back up what I'm saying. I don't get fooled by these last 2 games. Like, oh, United being the second highest goal scorers. Yeah, because we've just scored 8 in the last 2 against arguably the worst side ever in the Premier League, and Bournemouth, who are currently one of the worst performing sides. Take off them 8 goals, we're at 22. But we do have better attackers, hence why we're going to score more goals. Okay, so Arsenal, Sunderland, Brighton, Chelsea, Wolves. All right, I already agreed with Sunderland, agreed with Brighton, agreed with Wolves, so take them out. So we've performed well in 5 matches out of 15. Is that good? No, we wasn't good against Forest. We had 2. How many shots on target we had against Forest? What did we create against Forest? What did we create against Forest? Enlighten me. What clear-cut chances did we create against Nottingham Forest? Tell me the clear-cut chances. This is going to be good because we can go check highlights as well. So I always like doing these things. We had 6 shots on target against Nottingham Forest. 1 being the worldie from Ahmad, and the other one being from Casemiro. I think it was a strike that was deflected. So what were the other clear-cut chances against Forest? You said we was good. So then, if you don't remember, then they did. So man are just making stuff up. This is my point. See, people, prime example, people just be talking to make stuff up. If you can't, how do you know we had a good performance if you can't remember what we did in the game? We didn't create nothing in the game because I watched. What did we create? What did you tell me? If man can't remember, don't debate with me. Don't debate with me. Forest game we should have won. What did we create in the match? Simple question. If you can't answer, then man are just waffling. Can't answer, man are just blatantly telling lies. So this is what I'm talking about. What Sesko chance in the first 5 minutes? Okay, so 1. What else did we create? Was it a clear-cut chance? I thought you couldn't remember. Now you can remember all of a sudden. What clear-cut chance? I'm going to it right now. So I'm going to pull it up. Let's see. Let me pull this up. The clear-cut chance. So it was a clear-cut chance, yeah? What clear-cut chances do we create? Because he said we attacked well, and I said, no, we didn't. So I said, what do we create? What clear-cut chances do we create against Forest? We didn't create jack shit. I remember watching the game. Because I remember saying, hey, we ain't creating nothing in this game. Let's see this. I'm watching right now as we speak. Because he should make the highlights. Well, it's already 8. You said 5 minutes and it's already 8 minutes in. So they've gone straight to the goal. That's a good header by Casemiro, that. No. We don't take chances when needed most. Forget all of that. Man didn't ask that. You said we played well against, we created chances against Forest. Tell me the chances we created against Forest. We don't just move on here. This is not what we do here at Sarcasm City TV. We hold people accountable. You said, Forest, we should have won the game. So what did we create against Nottingham Forest? You said Arsenal, Sunderland, Brighton, Chelsea, Wolves, and Forest are the games we played well in. Gave you Sunderland, gave you Brighton. We'll go to the Forest game first and foremost. What do we create against Forest? Write your comment again, King, and I'll get to it. Don't worry, I'll wait. That's not a chance then. What Sesko chance in the first 5 minutes? I don't remember this. What Sesko chance? What was the chance? Describe to me the chance, because I don't remember this chance. And it's not made the highlights either. If anyone's got extended highlights, let me know. Don't tell me players fumble touches all right. Players fumble touches all right. I'm watching the extended highlights right now as we speak. And it's not on the extended highlights either. It's just showing us getting the corner. So what are we talking about here? Yeah, because he fumbled the touch. Send me the highlight package then. Send me the YouTube link. Because I'm on the extended highlights and it's not there. Flicking through, nothing. It's all Forest. Because it was a dull game, if I remember. There wasn't really much in it, to be honest, between all of them. And that's the Manchester United. I'm on the extended highlights from United's YouTube channel. It's United's YouTube channel. So you know they gonna have it. So again, I asked, what clear-cut chances did we create? I'm not looking for the full match replay. You said it. So what clear-cut chances do we create? I'll ask you again. Let's say for argument's sake, it says so. Let's say it's Sesko is so one. What else? We created one clear-cut chance. Name the others. Name the others. What other clear-cut chances did we create in the game? So we got one. What else? For argument's sake, I say all right. So we got one. What's the rest? Don't worry, I'll wait. So we got one because we're getting off. According to Flash Score, we had 0 big chances. Forest had 1. Yeah, I know Kukat because I watched the game, but I just like to see man just lie. That's what it is. Because I watched the game, so I know the reason. Man just checked Manchester United's highlights extended, Nottingham Forest extended highlights. This Sesko chance in the first 5 was a block shot. What Mob telling me? See, the sarcasm citizens always come true with the real. I remember watching the game and I don't remember saying Sesko has to do better there. But let's say for argument's sake, it is. So that's one. What else did we create in the game? That's one big chance. Cool. Even though I disagree with it, I give you that. So that's one clear-cut chance in 1 hour and a half of football. What else did we create? Don't tell me about fumble touches and all this stuff because that happens. What else did we create? Don't worry, I'll wait. We got time. I'm talking about block shots, you know. Because I legit don't remember it. How am I meant to tell you? So don't tell me I'm being negative then. Because you're quick to tell me I'm being negative, but then when I'm asking you for everything I've said, I can back up. You can't back up what you're saying. Because yours is feelings and there's no facts. Everything I'm saying, I can back up. Any statement I can make, I can back up. That's the difference. Man, just be chatting just to be chatting's sake. Oh, you're being negative. Can't tell me that, but tell me I'm being negative. All right, man. Please, to anyone, bring me back up. If you disagree with me, fine. No issue with it. But back up. No. I'm not as bad as it makes you feel. Like I said before, what do you disagree with? You said we played well against Forest. So that's wrong. So we can cross that one off because you got nothing to back that up with. So we'll go to the next one. Right, here we go. So you said Arsenal, Sunderland, Brighton, Chelsea, Wolves. I give you Sunderland. I give you Brighton, and Wolves. I agree with those three, and I'll include Liverpool. But Arsenal, what did we create against Arsenal? Don't worry, I'll wait. And I know this one good because I've had this conversation. What did we create against Arsenal? Tell me. What did we create? What clear-cut chances did we create against Arsenal? Because we played well according to you. So surely we created chances. So what did we create? Tell me. What did we create against Arsenal? What did we create against Arsenal? Notice, people, facts don't care about your feelings. So if we played well in the game, like you're telling me we played well in the game, that means we created chances in the game. So what did we create against Arsenal? Where were the clear-cut chances? What saves did Raya make? And we was like, oh, that's a phenomenal save. Or and Bremo missed a chance, or Cunha missed a chance, and we went, that's an awful miss. When did that happen in the game? And big up to my guy Eli in the chat as well. Big up Hyper Protagonist as well. I watched the Arsenal game. United just had a bunch of shots that weren't nowhere near threatening by one. Because you know what's crazy doing watch-alongs, Jez, is I remember even more so like what I'm saying and what others are saying. So when a big chance is missed, it's spoken about. No. I didn't say we played. No. Again, so you said we played well. We've established this. That's not what I'm disagreeing with. You said we played well against Arsenal. What did we create? Unless you don't have to create chances for Manchester United to play well, in your opinion. Then we're on two different complete thought processes. One chance from Cunha. Was it a clear-cut chance? I don't think we should have lost the game, but that's results-based. We're not talking results. Don't do results-based analysis. I didn't mention the result. Do I think we should have lost the game? No, a draw was probably a fair result, but one mistake cost us. However, what I'm saying is, what clear-cut chances did we create in the game? As you said, we played well. So therefore, playing well to me means we defended well and attacked well. I think we defended well against Arsenal. I don't think we attacked well. So jog my memory and tell me what we created against Arsenal. Because you're saying we played well. Unless attacking well doesn't mean we played well in your opinion. Then I know your definition of playing well is different to mine, and then we don't have to have the conversation. Because as long as we defend well in your opinion, then that means we played well. Cool. I ain't here to tell you you're wrong. I thought Arsenal were awful in the game too, free-minded. I thought they were dreadful. I thought we were both horrible. But they got a dub. They got a dub. But I'm just waiting to hear. I'm just asked a simple question. Man said we played well. So surely playing well means defending well and attacking well. That's in my book. That's my definition. Everyone's definition of things is different. But I thought general consensus, that was the definition of a team playing well. You defend well and you attack well. I think we defended well in that game. Because outside of the goal, I don't even remember not Lemens, it was Bayindir making a save. Okay, so United weren't horrible. So what clear-cut chances did we create in the game? Why can't I get a simple answer to the question? Streets, you said this. You said we played well in the game. So that means, correct me if I'm wrong, we defended well and attacked well. I agree with the defending well. So we attacked well according to you. So tell me what we did going forward. Simple question. We didn't do nothing going forward, and you still think we played well, then fairs. I know our definitions are different. Because I actually said about the Arsenal game is people say average. I thought we was at best below average, which is in turn horrible. United are performing below average. That's horrible. Manchester United should not be performing below average. It's a horrible return. We should not be performing 4 out of 10, which we have been for the vast majority of the season. So don't worry. I'll wait. What did we create? You saying we weren't horrible. So what was we? But we was good, right? You said we played well. So therefore we attacked well. So what did we create going forward? If we attacked well, we created chances. Nah, I didn't ask that. All I'm saying is no team did what we did against Arsenal. What did we create against Arsenal? You said we played well against Arsenal. What did we create? I'll ask you for the 6th time. Why can't I get a simple answer? Yeah, I'm excluding that because Chelsea played better against him. So did Villa, so did Sunderland, but that's a whole different conversation. That's a red herring. That's nothing to do with what we're talking about. Nothing to do with what we're talking about. I said we played well against Arsenal, so that means we played well going forward. As well as defending. Again, I repeat, defending, I think we defended well against Arsenal. It was good shape, solid defensively. They didn't cut through us. We did the business from a defensive standpoint. Offensively, though, horrible. Horrible offensively. We created nothing. No one clear-cut chance. Don't mean certain individuals weren't bright, but I'm saying overall as a team. How many saves did Raya have to make? How many great saves did Raya have to make? How many good saves did he have to make? How many average saves did he have to make? How many times are we saying, Abe, such and such should have scored there? Well, man, have the cheek to call me negative until we start having the conversation. But I said, what you disagree on? All right, we've been horrible all season, so tell me the games we're playing well. So, all right, let's go through it. All right, so it's simply a solid team performance. We weren't able to create clear-cut chances due to Arsenal structure, but Cunha cut through them a couple of times. Cunha did. So it was a solid team performance. Solid isn't good. Solid isn't good. You said we played well. Well and solid is not the same thing. Being a solid team and being a good team is two different things. That's not the same. Solid is Fulham. Fulham are a solid team. Crystal Palace are a good team. That's the difference. Solid and good. So now we're getting there. So that's the second one ticked off the list. It was a solid team performance. What are we doing out here? So yeah, all right, let's see. So, and I don't want points for doing better against Arsenal, and obviously you get no points. Right, so back to it. Where else was we at? So yeah. Exactly. Solid performance. Where we at? Was it really a solid performance? Maybe the defensive part, but yeah, solid, yeah. We played good. So tell me what we did well going forward then. What did we do well going forward? What did we create? Football is defense and offense. We did well defensively. What did we do well going forward? I'll ask you again. Because now it's we played well. Now it was so it's either we played well or solid performance. Which one is it? That's not the same thing. Fulham are a solid outfit. Crystal Palace are a good team. That's the difference. So it was simply a solid performance. We weren't able to create clear-cut chances, so we didn't play well then. This is all I'm asking. So we didn't create nothing clear-cut, but so we didn't do well going forward then. No, it's not pointless. No. It's not pointless. No. It's only pointless because you have no points. That's why it's pointless. Because it wasn't pointless when you was here in the chat and you was calling me negative and this and that. And now I've called you out on it. Now it's pointless. No, it's not pointless. Let's have the discussion. Because when you was calling me negative, it wasn't pointless then. We still played well as a team, though. So what did we do offensively? Tell me. What did we do well offensively as a football team in the Arsenal game? It's a simple question. Tell me. What did we do well from an attacking standpoint? That's all I'm asking. Can't get an answer to a simple yes. Played well based on what? Going forward. Like, what is it? Tell me. We defended well. Yes, I agree. Defense, yes. What did we do on the ball? Off the ball, fine. What did we do on the ball? Don't worry, I'll wait. Because I know what we did on the ball. What did we do on the ball? A threat? How? How was he a threat? So we giving jobs for being a threat. Why? Because he had the shot. I think he hit the post. Oh no, wait. Raya had the shot that cut across and Raya saved it, or it went just wide. So he had one shot in the game. So that means he was a threat. Because he had one shot. Not clear cut. So 2 things. Cross the Embremo, chance save. That's it. So 2 things and he was a threat. That's it. Hit the post. He did. It was a good strike early on. So that's it. Again, no one's disputing whether Dogu had a good game or not. This is not what we're talking about. So Dog, our left wing back, having a good game means we performed well. So tell me then, this is what we're asking. We finally getting here after me asking you for 15 minutes. Not only that, what else? You said we played well. So on the ball, what did we do well as a team? Dogu, cool. Our left wing back. Not our 9, not our 2 10s, not our right wing back, who's the more offensive wing back, not one of the pivot players, who's a more attacking player, our left wing back. Because he hit the post. Means the team played well. Because man like to throw out red herrings. I'm too smart for that. Whether Dogu had a good game or not is not the point I'm making. I ask you again, what did we do well on the ball as a team? You said we played well. So what did we do from an attacking standpoint? Cunha had the run, which we mentioned, yes. Cunha picked up the ball from his own half, dribbled past 4 man and had a shot. He had the shot from the left-hand side, which was close. That's just Cunha being Cunha. And Bremo header. Why are we crossing the ball to him, Bremo? So what would you say if we won the game from a corner with that performance? And this is what I'm talking about with results-based analysis, the exact same thing. Poor performance, happy with the win. Hence why I've been saying these things. Like when we beat Palace just a couple weeks ago. Horrible performance. Happy with the win, yes. But was we good in the game? No. Because I don't do, and people, this is what I'm talking about. Results-based analysis. That's why man's asking me this question. What would you say if you won a game from a corner with that performance? Because that would change it. We would have scored a goal from that corner and Bayern is not an idiot and catches the ball and we win 1-0. People would be praising it to high heaven. Those that are regulars know that's not me. Because I don't correlate the performance and the result as one and the same. Just because you win the game doesn't mean you played well. Just because you lose the game doesn't mean you played poorly. You can win a game and be horrible. You can lose a game and actually played well. We just do more of the former than the latter. So no, I'd still be sat here saying the same thing. Because we didn't perform well. Let's say Dogu shot goes in. I'd still be sat here saying, what else did we create? Which is nothing. Hence why we've been here like half an hour on the same topic and you said nothing. So let's get to the next one. So we've chalked off Arsenal. Because we put in a timer on this because I gotta go. Right. So Sunderland I already gave you. Brighton I gave you. Wolves I gave you. Liverpool I'm adding in myself. Arsenal we can chalk off. Nottingham Forest as well. You mentioned them. So we've chalked off 2. Chelsea after the 10 men I thought we was horrible as well. It's one of the worst performances against 10 men I've ever seen. No control whatsoever. Created more after, like Casemiro getting sent off, idiotic. Absolutely idiotic. It wasn't good. How you have 4 shots on target against 10 men? How you have 6 shots in total against 10 men? No, sorry, 9 shots. They had 9 shots and 4 on target. They had more possession than us. And we had 10 men for 45 minutes. Because I'm looking here, Sanchez got sent off in the 5th minute. Casemiro got sent off in 45 plus 5. So from the 5th minute to the 50th minute, we had 10 men. Well, we had a man advantage. And yet we only had 4 shots on target and only had 41% possession. So that means outside of the 2 goals, we had 2 shots on target. Ah, Lord. All right. So I was just dispelling this myth about me being negative. That's what that is. Just dispelling this nonsense about me being negative. Absolute foolishness. Yeah, and Chelsea were better. When it went 10v10, they was the better side. And granted, they weren't good. Arsenal are hard to break down. Yes, agreed. They are very tough to break down. Yes. Again, with that performance, though, and the set piece goal, that's a good overall performance, in my opinion, which means we have different standards of good performances because you're happy creating nothing, which is cool. Just don't join the chat and call me negative because I want my team to create clear-cut chances going forward. If I say Manchester United have played well, we've defended well, and we've attacked well, you're saying we've attacked well, results-based analysis. Because we've won with that performance, though, and a set-piece goal. Notice that, people. With that performance and a set-piece goal. So just before, because these things are recorded, people. So just before, man said, hold up, let me get to it. It was simply a solid performance. We weren't able to create clear-cut chances due to Arsenal structure, but Cunha cut through them a couple of times. But now, with that performance, though, and a set-piece goal, that's good. So it's gone from a solid performance to a good performance because of one action. Everything else is the same. Just one action. So someone could take a shot and it deflects off two people and wrong foots the goalkeeper and goes in. And that goes from a solid performance to a good performance. Even though everything else is the exact same. All right. Okay. Told you, people. Prime example, classic example of, what's the word I'm looking for? Results-based analysis. Well, your standards may be unrealistic because you're missing a deep-lying playmaker and legs in midfield. I don't understand what else you want. For us to create some clear-cut chances. That's what I want us to do. Create some clear-cut chances going forward. Keep the ball better. Defend better. That's what I want us to do. We play a back five. We should have one of the better defenders in the league. Better defensive records in the league. You came in here and said, we scored the second amount of goals this season. So therefore, creating clear-cut chances shouldn't be a problem, should it? You said just before, we've scored the second, we're joint second for most goals scored in the league. So why is creating clear-cut chances a problem consistently? Because we rely on individual quality. That's why. It's nothing to do with the team. It's the individuals we have in attack. Because we have some of the better attackers in the league. Kind of like some things write themselves. You think I'd have this written down on a script, people? That's why. I just want my team to be competent. That's all. No, you don't. Well, to retain the ball better, we need better profile midfielders for that area. No, you don't. Because all teams in the Premier League retain the ball better than we do and don't. Bournemouth retain the ball better than we do. And they have Tyler Adams and Scott in their midfield. They're not world beaters. Palace, when they don't have Wharton, have Will Hughes and Jefferson Lerma. What are we talking about? Well, yes, and we can create more with the deep midfield sorted. So we're relying on the individuals then, which is a problem because other teams create without having good midfielders. Exactly. Bournemouth don't even have deep lying midfielders. Who's their deep lying midfielders? Who's their quality midfielders? Tell me. To streets, tell me. Who's their set? No. They do have athleticism. Tell me they're quality midfielders that help them keep the ball. Athleticism doesn't help you keep the ball. It helps you win the ball back, but athleticism doesn't help you keep the ball. Because you wouldn't sign any of their midfielders. You wouldn't sign any of their midfielders. What are we talking about here? See how man just be waffling. Straight, just waffle. Don't need midfielders to retain the ball better, no. Because other teams don't have quality midfielders and retain the ball better. Palace, for example. The list goes on. Fulham, for example. What are we doing out here? Sunderland have Granit Xhaka in their midfield. Everton. Spurs. List goes on. They get out. And now we get into the worst of the worst. Never mind. Get into the championship sides. But Palace don't have a great midfield. Sunderland don't have a great midfield. Everton don't have a great midfield. Spurs don't have a great midfield. Bournemouth, Fulham, and Brentford don't have great midfields. And Nottingham Forest. And they all retain the ball better than we do. They all play with a better structure than we do. So my idea, I'm just asking for it to be a competent side, which all those sides are. They get the most out of their players or even more. Bar Spurs. Every side I've mentioned there, bar them. Because they don't have quality throughout. It's not just a midfield issue either. It's not just a midfield issue. Because conceding goals is not just a midfield issue. That's a defensive structure overall. That's the midfield included. That's why I said deep line playmaker. We still have more possession than Bournemouth. And yet Bournemouth played better than us in the second half. So what does that tell you? We had more possession than Bournemouth, and what does that tell you? They still played better in the second half. It tells you possession is not everything, because it's not just possession. My problem is everything with Manchester United. That's where it lies. Everything with Manchester. And I would love to know, what was the stats in the what was that? What was the second half possession? Let me check. Because it was close. Did we have this bet line? Let me check. Bournemouth. Wait 1 second. Second half possession stats. Let's see. If anyone can get it, let me know. And anyone get the first half possession stats and the second half possession stats? Which is why I need a stat guy. Someone let me know. If anyone can get both. I want the first half possession stats and the second half possession stats. For both sides. Well, it is both sides. Let me know. Okay, where you go average? Because I can't find it. Have a look here. Any of you lot find that for me, please. And I'm a few of the people who rate a lot of more of the teams, but they don't have deep line playmakers for possession. Also, Bournemouth are more of a transition team than a possession team. Exactly. Xhaka is a deep line playmaker. Xhaka is not good, though. Because if we sign Xhaka, you'd lose your mind. That's the point I'm making. That's the point. So here we go. This is it. So is this correct, Jets? So first half, it was 53% United to 47%. Second half, 61%. Bournemouth had, so Jez, you're telling me Bournemouth, let me just make sure I got this right. Bournemouth had 61% possession in the second half. That's what you're telling me, right? Cut it out. Streets, if we sign Xhaka, you'd lose your mind. Stop it. So you wanted Xhaka in the summer, yeah? Now people love to lie. You would have said, so if United would have signed Xhaka in the summer, Granit Xhaka, you would have been like, yeah, go get me 33-year-old Granit Xhaka from Leverkusen. You was losing your shit when we didn't sign him. Xhaka's decent. And so this proves my point. Then say that again, man, answering questions I didn't ask. Did you want Xhaka when Sunderland was signing him? Did you say we should go get Granit Xhaka? Yes or no? Monty said he'd be our best midfielder. I know midfielders better than our best midfielders. I got people in my phone book better than our midfield who improved Manchester United. That's not the point I'm making. Who was saying Manchester United should go get Granit Xhaka? That's not what I asked. Who said we should go get Granit Xhaka? And this is my point when it comes to possession. So, United had, back to this, 53% possession to 47. Then we had 61 to 13 and 61 in the second half. But we were worse in the second half. We was worse with more possession. We was worse with more possession, which means it's not just a position thing. I know you didn't want Granit Xhaka. So don't tell me about they've got Granit Xhaka and that's why they can play and ball and da-da-da. Cut it out. No, you didn't want Granit Xhaka. None of you lot was asking for Granit Xhaka. No, he's not quality. He's a decent player. He's a decent player. That's it. He's decent. He's nothing spectacular. He's nothing special. Hence why none of you lot were asking for him in the summer. Because if he was that good a player, you would have been saying, go get me Granit Xhaka. No, you didn't say, go get me Granit Xhaka. You didn't say Granit Xhaka, who was 32 at the time, going to be 33 at the time, is going to be the guy. What we doing out here? Now all of a sudden he's special. Now all of a sudden he's special. But back to my point is, it's not all about possession anyway. It's not all about possession because we was worse with more possession in the second half. The man just want to throw out red herrings. Man want to throw out red herrings. What we talking about here? So we've dispelled these myths about Manchester United performing well. Man just being here, just talking for talking's sake. So we've eliminated it. So please don't come in here calling me negative with nothing to back it up with. So back to it, the original point. Brighton I gave you. Wolves I gave you. Sunderland I gave you. Liverpool I throw into the mix. Yes. Liverpool I throw into the mix. That's it. Arsenal we dispelled because we didn't create nothing. Chelsea we didn't create nothing. Nottingham Forest didn't create nothing. So it's the 4 games which I mentioned. 4 out of, is it 17 now? How many games we played in the Prem? How many games we played in the Prem? 16. So yeah, and adding Grimsby 17. So we played 4 times in 17 matches. 4 times in 17 matches we played well. All right, bet. Okay. All right. What are we doing? If United sat back against Bournemouth at Old Trafford, what would you say? What did we? That's what we did in the second half. Even though we had more possession of the ball, we did nothing going forward in the second half. Did nothing. Yo, King, because his man just be chatting. Man make all these excuses. Man called me negative, and then has no reason as to say what it is. Lemon says, ManDem are saying Cunha ain't good enough to be a 10. What you say, Flawless? Cunha's a quality player. I have no issues with Cunha. But as long as this manager's here, nobody's going to thrive. And we should be beating the likes of Bournemouth. That's what I would say for that. Shouldn't be no sitting back and counter-attacking. Should be dominating because they're not a good outfit. And we went life and death with them. Like we've been going life and death with everybody in the league. Hence why we've only had 4 good performances. Hence why I want this manager gone, because we don't perform well. Forget results. Perform. Our performances. Hence why when man said, all right, so if we had the same performance against Arsenal, but we scored, what would you say then? The exact same thing I'm saying now. Horrible. Because we were horrible offensively against them. Defensively, very good. Horrible going forward. So wherever you want to rate that, average, below average, whatever the case may be, we were non-existent going forward against Arsenal. But we move. Negative, but then ain't got nothing to back it up with. That's the craziest part. That's the craziest part. What would be your solution with all this then? Said, sack the manager. That'd be the solution. Sack the manager when he should have been sacked in the summer. Sack the manager. Sack the manager. That's the alternative. And there's always new people here to my content, so Streets is new. I've been saying this. That's the alternative. Sack the manager. Bring in an interim. You go get a Carrick, you go get a Rude, and then you identify in the lay of the land. And then see, all right, I'm going to go get... See, then you give yourself ample time to go pick the next manager. And see, you always say the sex one and get who? I've just said. Interim. Go get Rude, go get Carrick. And then you and then you have a look over the... Let's say it's December. You have a look, and then from now to March, April, and then you go pick who you want to go get. I would who would I personally go and get? I'd assess it. I don't think there's a standout candidate right now. I'd see how everyone plays, and you give yourself ample time to do it. Iriola's kind of fell off a cliff. Glasner's still doing well. There's 2 options right there. Man, I mentioned in Fabregas, people will have names, but you give your time to assess it. And do what with the players? Perform better. And notice how that man's quick now. When man was asking him questions, man was slow with the responses. Now man's asking me questions, he's quick. Notice how I can just fire back instantly. I don't need to wait and deliberate and take time. Because all this is off the top of the dome. Do what with these players? Perform better. That's what. Because these players are capable of getting results. So they're clearly capable of putting in better performances. Yes. Because I watch Rude with worse players perform better than Ten Hag. I watch Rude with the same players Amorim struggled with perform better. And there's now better players here. For that 4 or 5 game period Rude was in, I could see exactly what he was doing. And we had Agate, we had Garnacho, we had Rashford, and we had Højlund. Hear what I just said. We had Agate, he had Garnacho, he had Rashford, and he had Højlund. And Bruno. His front four was Bruno, Garnacho, Rashford, Højlund at points. With Agate and Casemiro in midfield. All of a sudden, our midfield was fine. All of a sudden, our midfield wasn't getting ran through. Well, do we put in good performances the defense that... No, we don't put in good performances as we've established streaks. Because you can't tell me what we did well going forward. So to you are good performances and you're in the minority. You're not in the minority. You're here by yourself with that one. There's no one else in the footballing world you can talk to, sibling, brethren, and say, we performed well, but we only defended well and we created nothing going forward. If you created nothing going forward, you didn't attack well. No matter who you're playing. Good performances. Everything needs improving. That's where the issue lies. The defense needs improving. Our midfield needs improving. Our attack needs improving. It all needs improving. Everything needs improving. This is the point that I'm making. Everything. It's not just one. It's not just defense. It's everything. And I think a better manager improves everything. Granted, the player quality is still short of where we want to go, but we're much better than this. We're much better than this. Pardon me. Pardon me. We've conceded 26 goals in 16 matches. I don't think we have a... I'm looking here. So our defense... Who do we actually have a better defensive record than? So Wolves, Burnley, West Ham, Leeds. So that's the bottom 4. We have the joint... So outside of the bottom 4, Leeds, West Ham, Burnley, and Wolves, which, let's be real, they're championship sides and will probably be the bottom 4. So outside of those, we have the joint 5th worst defensive record in the league. I don't think we have the 15th, 16th best defenders in the league. I don't think that. I strongly disagree that we have the 15th or 16th best defenders in the league. Let's say you think they're 10th. All right, get us 10th best defensive record then. There's no way that certain teams, I don't think, should have conceded way less goals than us. I'm sorry. Really don't. Arsenal, I get like Arsenal and City, I hear it. Chelsea, I hear it. But Sunderland, Everton, Tottenham Hotspur. Oh shit, Bournemouth, we got adding. Bournemouth for conceding more than us. We conceded the same amount of goals as Fulham. Yo. All right, man. Okay. All right, man. Yeah. But like I said, notice how when people are asking me questions, they're quick with the responses. But when I'm asking them questions, it's hella slow. And red herrings and stuff that's nothing to do with what I'm asking. It's crazy. See, I answer questions straight up. Because people don't think I've got alternatives. I have no idea. You know what, Jez? You right still. You right. I think individually we do have better defenders than them. I just get caught up because they have 2 very, very good fullbacks. But yeah, their centre backs and goalkeeper I don't think is better than us. You are right. So let's say it's even. So why have they conceded? They've conceded 11 less goals than us. Chelsea have conceded 11 less goals than us. I don't think the goal difference should be between us is 11. All right. Sorry, people. All this stems from because man said I'm negative. So I was like, all right, let's have the conversation. Because I'm cool with people disagreeing with me. There's new people because they ask new stuff that they don't know. That's fine. But we're going to have the conversation. Putting 4 good performances in 16 matches. And man wonder why I want the manager out. What's the alternative? Get an interim. And then you give yourself from December to March, April to then assess. All right, we're going to go get such and such. So let's approach this manager, whether that's Glasner, whether that's Iriola, whether it's whoever, whether that's Holness, whoever. Holness is a Stuttgart manager for those that don't know. It's because y'all constantly getting overrun in the midfield, in my opinion, flawless. But if we had Granit Xhaka, they'll be okay. If we had Granit Xhaka, we'd be fine. That's what we're missing. 33-year-old Granit Xhaka. That's what we're missing in our midfield. Yeah. That's what we're missing. Clearly. That's who the streets and others were saying we should sign. All right. Okay. Maybe Amorim's system is more complicated than Moyes' football and needs years to implement. Any system that, name me another system, Neo, that's taken years to implement. Name me another manager who's had a successful system that's taken years to implement. Don't worry, I'll wait. A lot of United fans get deluded by what Wilcott says about just the process of Ruben Amorim as an idea and it's flexible. That's what he said like a month ago. There's a reason him and Ratcliffe was arguing in the stands. But hey, we move. Oh, yeah, I know. Man, you know what's ironic? I said, don't say Arteta because he ain't won shit. I'm about to say the Arsenal's. And they ain't going to win nothing. Because their manager's not good enough either. Hence why he's spent almost 1 billion and they've still won nothing major. When Arteta is your example, that tells you all you need to know. And the one time he won something, it was before he implemented anything like that. Now, you can stay on this time thing, but then again, our expectations and levels is different because as long as we defend well, you say that's a good performance. So we got nothing else to discuss. That's fair. Now we've had the conversation, that's fair. Now I know. You say, as long as we defend well, we've done well. And we've played a good performance. I disagree. I'm watching what? Oh, see, wait, what? What are you talking about? What is this? What's going on? What are you talking about? And this coming from an Arsenal fan to those that I knew in the chat. Eli's Arsenal, by the way, people. So that's not bias. See, man, you can read the playbook. You know what man are going to say? Oh, look at Arteta who's won jack shit. Who's won diddly squat. Diddly squat. We talking about here. Hey, big up, Steve. What are you telling me? Blessings. Respond in the AFCON group chat as well, Steve. All right, I don't think I missed anything before I close out. Sorry, I just had to address being called negative because I want us to create some clear-cut chances. But because we don't have a deep line playmaker, we can't do it. All right. Surely, we should have signed Granit Xhaka and it would be all right. Jesus Christ. I know it's a very fair argument. All my arguments are fair. Agree with me or disagree with me, all my arguments are fair. So calling me negative was wrong on your part, but it's cool. You're new here, so it's okay. 6 years with no trophies and $1 billion, and he's the guy people are pointing at. Nah, I don't want that. Please just be a competent outfit. Can we just defend properly? Can we attack properly? Because some players actually succeed and like play well over a number of games. But do you not enjoy when the club wins games? Because I don't understand how you can live like this. Again, I said it before when you mentioned about, say we would have won the Arsenal game. I would say happy with the win, yes. Well, if the performance is terrible, I'm not with it. Wolves, cool, happy. Liverpool, Brighton, Sunderland, the same. Happy with those, but the rest of him, shocking. Happy with wins, yes, but am I happy with the performances? No, because I know bad performances is going to lead to bad results. Good performances consistently leads to good results. Bad performances consistently leads to bad results. Hence why we drew 1-1 at home to West Ham. Hence why we drew 4-4 at the crib to Bournemouth, who haven't won in 6 games. Hence why we lost 1-0 at home to Everton. You know why these things can happen? Because we consistently put in bad performances because we are a bad outfit. We are a bad team with some very good individual players. Hence why we win the games we win. So, yeah. Miserable. Manchester United, I despise watching us, but it's a part of my job. Who's asking every game to be perfect? I'm just asking us to create some clear-cut chances. I'm asking us to perform better than Sunderland. That's all I'm asking. Team that just came up from the Championship, brought in 13 players, a manager who me or you wouldn't even recognize if he walked past us in the street if we left our houses right now. Perform better than Sunderland. That's all I'm asking. No one's asking for perfection. Competent is the key word. Can we be a competent, the 2 C's, competent and cohesive? Competent, 3 C's, competent, cohesive, competitive. They're the 3 things I want from Manchester United. Be competitive, be a competent unit, be a cohesive unit. And 1B, do the basics very, very well. Give ourselves the best possible platform to succeed. 2B's, best possible platform to succeed. Do the basics. No one's asking for perfection. Nowhere did I say that. Yes, despise. Because we're awful. You're telling me we played well and created nothing. And I've watched these games countless times. It's been the same game all season long. I don't forget Grimsby. I don't forget Palace just because we won. Terrible. This team is better than it's showing. Granted, the quality of the teams is not all good. Should have beat Spurs and Forest in the area. And if we would have performed better, we probably would have. But our performances and the way we are set up and how we play is horrible. Hence why we didn't get wins in those games. Exhibit A. Perform better, increases your chances of winning more matches. And let me clarify this again, people. Our team needs improvements. Yes, our individuals are not good enough overall, but they're better than this shows. Inconsistent teams will beat Liverpool and Palace, but then drop points to Spurs and Nottingham and Everton. It's not difficult. Nope. Yeah. Well, here we are. All right, people. We're going to close out. We're heading over to the extra channel. Sarcasm City TV Extra. NBA game started. It's the Knicks versus the Spurs, people. So we'll be heading over there in a second. So make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV Extra YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the Sarcasm City TV Gaming YouTube channel as well. Make sure you do so. And don't forget this show, all the other shows you see on the channel, apart from watch-alongs, fan calling shows, gaming content, all available on all audio platforms, people. So you see all of you lot that are doing the Spotify wrap-ups. You know, the spot of what you listened to this year. Go to the podcast section, type in Sarcasm City TV, follow and 5-star us. That's on Spotify because it helps. Same with iTunes, Apple Podcast. All you blue message merchants, all of you lot, go to iTunes, Apple Podcast, 5-star us on there or wherever you listen to audio podcasts as well. So there you are. Performances were good enough to win those games, even though we didn't create nothing. We had 2 shots on target versus Spurs. Granted, and we scored in the 95th minute of that game. What are we talking about here? What are we doing? All right, man. People can be happy with these piss poor performances. I'm not. That's all I say. And we'll continue to state it. Absolute just ridiculousness, man. Really is. Well, yeah, like I said, we're going over to an extra channel. San Antonio Spurs versus New York Knicks NBA game, people. If you had Granit Xhaka, you would have won. So you'll never be happy then. If my team's performing poorly, no. I'm a Manchester United fan streets. If Manchester United continue to put in piss poor performances, get piss poor results, and be an awful outfit, no, I'm not going to be happy. If we put in better performances and get better results and get more wins and actually give players a platform to succeed, I will be happy. Yes. 100%. Not asking, I haven't mentioned trophies once. I've not mentioned winning trophies once. I'm just talking about being a better team. So no, I'm not going to be happy with being piss poor, no. Or being mediocre or being average or like you mentioned, solid. No. Manchester United invest too much money to be any of those things. Worst case scenario, we should be a good team. Worst case. Good team. That's where we should be at. We've been putting in these performances for about 10 years. Do you think every manager we hired is the problem? They're part of the problem, yes, Shay. Yes. None of the managers we've hired have been good enough. None of them. Granted, it's not all on them. They've been let down by the board, let down by but none of them. Hence why none of them have done anything after us. Once a manager joins here, fails, gets sacked, and goes elsewhere and performs at the highest level, I go, all right, maybe it's on us. What did Moyes do after us? Nothing of note. What did Mourinho do after us? Nothing of note. Van Gaal, who's probably been our best manager since... Van Gaal, who's been our best manager since Fergie retired. I think he got third in the World Cup. Oli took him 5 years to get a job. Tells you all you need to know. He was after that. Ten Hag just got sacked after 2 weeks in Germany. And then you got this guy who's won 13 games in 13 months. Nah, I know you're not disagreeing. You're asking a question. That's fair. Because you know why it is, Shay? We're looking for a needle in a haystack. Manchester United are looking for the best of the best in terms of managers. The manager we are looking for has an extremely tough job to do and has to be of an elite skill set. When you look at our two most successful managers in Sir Alex Ferguson and Sir Matt Busby are two of the greatest managers ever. We're looking for the next great. Same way most managers fail at Manchester United, most managers fail at Liverpool, most managers fail at Chelsea, most managers fail at Arsenal, most managers fail at Real Madrid, most managers fail at Barcelona, most managers fail at Bayern Munich. Whoever you think the elite team is or elite teams, your top 5 of elite teams in Europe, guarantee, look in their history, they've had more managers who have failed than succeeded. So that's it. Amorim literally been here for a year though, yeah, and a year's enough. He's had 12 wins in 12 months. That's enough. On average, he wins 1 Premier League game per month. I've seen enough. Villa just won 9 in a row. Nottingham Forest, Dyche went in there and they won 2 or 3 games in a row. Wolves last year won 5 games in a row. Why can't we put runs together consistently, but other teams can? Yeah, it's because we didn't sign Granit Xhaka. That's why. That's why. All right. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What is going on? Everton, Moyes has them, and they don't lie. What are you doing here? With shocking attackers for most of it. Who played those shocking attackers? He played Garnacho 0020. He played Højlund 0020. He refused to play Mano. He refused to play Xerxes. Spurs had shocking attackers last season. So how come Andrew was able to get them scoring goals? I'll just double check this now. 1 second. Spurs, who finished 17th. 64 league goals they scored last season, which made them 1, 2, 3, 4. Spurs had the 5th best attack in the... Wait, not the 5th best. 1 second. Let me make sure I get this right. So who scored more than them? I even go to Brent, but actually, I stayed with Spurs because their attack was horrible. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Spurs had the joint 6, had this, yes, wait. Make sure I got this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spurs had the 7th best attack last season. And their attack stinks. And their attack in their first season. You scored 74. Oh, thanks, Jez. You just backed up my point even more. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Spurs in their first season scored 74. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they had the fifth, or they had the sixth best attack in his first season and the seventh best. And their attack was horrible. Yeah, he was top 7. Mano didn't have his game time last season, and neither did Xerxes. Myth. Absolute myth. No, they didn't. They did not get a fair shot whatsoever. No, they didn't. What are we doing out here? They did not get a fair shot. But keep blaming the players, innit? Managers wins 1 game per month, you know. All right. 1 game per month, you know. Xerxes had. And some of them was under Ten Hag, so I'll do the math here, actually. Xerxes had 14 starts. And I'm sure the vast majority of them was under Ten Hag. You know what? Since we're here, fuck it. Let's actually do it. Actually, I can't even figure that out. But yeah, 14 starts isn't enough. Let's say half of them were Ten Hag. So that means, let's say half of the starts were Ten Hag, even though it's probably more. That means he had 7 starts under him. 7 starts isn't enough. And I bet it was more than that. That's the Premier League, by the way. People that does this, you know. Like, what are we doing out here? Just checking right now. Let's see. 21 starts for Mano in the Premier League last season. Guaranteed the vast majority of them was under him as well. Let's half that. Let's say 10 of them was under Ten Hag. That means he got 15 starts, 14 starts. Yeah, that's enough. All right. Here we go. Mano doesn't have the legs. Why can't people see it? Yeah, man. Mano don't have the legs, man. He don't. Mount does, so we should play Mason Mount. Mano don't have the legs, so we should see, yeah, 100%. 100%. All right, cool. No one ain't comparing Son to Garnacho. I'm just talking about their attack overall being poor. You want to compare individuals. I'm talking about their attack. He continued to play Garnacho. He didn't try and find alternatives. He didn't try and play anybody else in that role. He didn't attempt to play anyone. He didn't try and play a youth player. He didn't try it. He didn't try none of it. He was the one who pushed Bruno further back. Play Bruno was one of the 3. Bruno and Rashford have got a GNA, guys. How come he didn't do that? But all right. Mount actually does have legs, though, and he's good technically. What's his GNA, by the way? How many goals has he got? Mount actually does have legs, and he's good technically. Youth players also weren't ready. How do we know that? How do we know youth players weren't ready? What metric have we got? See? I promise you, United won't get 74 and 67 goals this season with a whole new attack. Now, actually, that's your streets, yeah. Will United get our attacks better than those Spurs attacks? Will we get 74 or 67 goals this season? This is a good question. Will our team on a whole get 67 or more goals this season? That's a good question. Thank you, Jess. We will. So how many goals we score in this season then? How many league goals we've currently got? Tell you now. This is always good. It's always a good question, this one. Currently got... We've got 57 league goals this season. No, we haven't. I tell a lie. That's a lot. That was 23-24. That's awful. We got 30 league goals this season. We've got 30. So how many goals we scoring this season? We got 30 so far with a new attack. 16 games in. So how many league goals we getting? Yeah, we're on 30 right now. So how many league goals we getting? No, I didn't say on track. I need a number. How many we getting? Because 65 to 75 is a big difference. So how many league goals we getting? Bear in mind that Spurs team got 67. So how many league goals we getting? We've got 30 so far in 16 games. Score 70. So to score 70, okay. So there's 22 games left. So to get, and we've scored 30. So we need to get 40. We need to get 40 and 22. All right. Where we at? So basically, we're going to score two a game. That's what we're doing. They're going to score 2 goals a game. Basically. All right, cool. All teams miss a whole bunch of chances, but we're going to get 70 league goals this season. Got it. All right. We'll remember this. Because we're going to get 40 and 22. We're getting 40 goals. Bear in mind, some of these men go AFCON as well. And I'm just looking here. So we got 4 against Bournemouth, 4 against Wolves, 1 against West Ham, 2 against Palace, none against Everton, 2 against Spurs, 2 against Forest, 2 against Brighton, 2 against Liverpool, 2 against Sunderland, 1 against Brentford, 1 against Chelsea, none against City, 3 against Burnley, 1 against Fulham, none against Arsenal. So you know what that sounds like to me, people? Inconsistency up and down. But hey, we move. Should have scored more in some of those games and should have conceded more in some of those games too. Could easily say that. Should have conceded more in some of those games too. Man said we getting 70 league goals. 7 goals in 3 years for Mount, but I mean, this get seven goals in Mount for 3 years, but he's got legs and he's technically good though. So play him ahead of Mano. But hey, we stink. All right, people. I'm out. But it's always good chopping up with you lot. It's always good finding out people's metrics for stuff. And like I've figured out, like Streets told me, as long as we defend well, that means we had a good performance. As long as we defend well, that means, hey, the performance was good. Bet. I'm completely different. But let me make sure I've set up this redirect anyway. Mount's better if you're trying to win, but has 7 goals in 3 years. I hear it, man. Fairs, man. Whatever lie you want to tell yourself, man. But big up Echo every single time. Under Ange, we should have scored over last season over 70. I can make the same argument because it's an empty, exactly. It's an empty argument. This is what I'm saying about playing better. Maximize attacking fluidity. This is exactly what I said. Improve our attack. I've said this. I agree with this. So how come when I say it, I want perfection, but when you say it, it's okay? Ours was to maximize attacking fluidity. No, I don't think Mount's better than that. I think he's awful. He has no good attributes on the football. But I'm not here to get into a Mason Mount debate. If you rate him, cool, because we have clear, distinct differences in football. Like I said, as long as we defend well, you think that's a good game. I strongly disagree with that statement. Strongly disagree. But each to their own. So, hey, we move. Hey, what are you telling me, man? My done. Every single time. Make sure you subscribe to Barca Reacts, man. Every single time. Literally about to close out now. But yes, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button as well. Man, I hear champion a guy who's got 7 goals in 3 games, you know. But then again, this is the same person saying, as long as you defend well, it means you played well. Forget attack. Forget creating chances. As long as you defend well, that means the team performed well. All right, man. Yeah, 4-4 crazy. Crazy honest. 4-4 crazy. And people wonder why I'm not happy. People wonder why I'm not happy. All right, this is it. I said for the team, Mount is better for sure. A team that wins 1 game per month. So how much does it help the team? All right, I'm out anyway, people. See you lot for the NBA Cup game that's already started. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. And you know what? Barca Reacts, before I go. Yeah, Mano to Barca on loan. Yes. Yes. Makes sense. I think he cooks for you lot over there, man. I think he genuinely cooks. I didn't know if that was a link or not, but if Barca fans were in my game, in La Liga, it's cooking. Next to De Jong or Pedri. Hey, I might be, I'll change my name on my channel to Barca Reacts Extra if Mano heads over there. Yeah, I'm closing out. Yeah. I'm closing out. Extra channel though. Sheik, NBA Cup, the Knicks Spurs game. Yeah, in a slower league. And as long as he gets 7 goals in 3 games, then he's better for the team. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, because it's all like Street said, it's all about, you know, being energetic and legs. So if you score 7 goals in 3 games 7 goals in 3 years, that's good for an attacking player. 7 goals in 3 years, people. As long, you know what? I might be giving him too much credit. Let me actually check. Since we're here. Man's numbers stink. Hold up. Yeah, I'm having a look here. Hold up. 1. It's less than that. 2. It's 5. It's 5 league goals in 3 years. 5 league goals in 3 years. Does he not get injured? He'd be like, all right, so you know what? I'll put it up on the share screen so you can see for yourself. Injuries hype. So that's his first season, 23-24. 14 appearances, 9 off the bench, 1 goal. So he played 14 times overall. 20 times, 17 appearances, 9 off the bench, 1 goal. 13 appearances, 5 off the bench, 3 goals. So he's playing. Don't get that misunderstood. It's awful. And his return at Chelsea was awful as well. What are we doing out here? Man's playing matches. Awful. What's his assists? Awful. What are we doing? Before it? He had that 1 good season at Chelsea. This is before us. 24 appearances, 4 off the bench, 3 goals, 2 assists. Shit, they got the assist right there. No assist, he don't even rank in the column. When is the last time this man got an assist? Don't tell me he must have got 1 assist. He's never got an assist for Manchester United. He's never got an assist for Manchester United. He's never got an assist for Manchester United. £60 million attacking midfielder. And he's yet to register an assist in the Premier League in 3 years. Yeah, he's never had the role to create for others anyway, mate. Yeah. An attacking midfielder's never in the role to create. You play in the final third and your aim is to not create. I agree, man. I agree. Your aim's not to create. I agree, man. I fully agree with that. I hear it. Yeah. I hear it. Yeah, man. It was. Now I'm just hearing, man, how an attacking Mason Mount's role in Manchester United's team is not to create. I agree, man. That is true. I didn't want to say it first. I didn't want to be the first to jump out there and say that, but that I do agree with, man. So the fact he's got no assists is okay. I hear it. I agree, man. Bruno and Cunha own that role. That's facts. To be fair, he's a defensive number 10 and he's a fire number 10 at that. That is true. That is true. Facts. Fully agree. Yeah. All right, people. On that bombshell, I hope you don't judge me, because I was waiting to say that, but I didn't want to say it first. I didn't want you lot to judge me. It's all right. We're actually closing out now. I need to get to this NBA Cup game. Sheik, are you closing out? Is that why you asked? Make sure you lot subscribe to Sheik TV as well. Are you closing out? That's crazy. Yeah, Sheik, that is crazy, yo. I've missed these ManDem United still. I can't lie. But hey, like I said, man. Oh, you raided the extra channel. Appreciate it, man. I'm going to send you lot over there as well. Send you lot the link shortly as well. We out, people, to the extra channel. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.